Alright, hello everyone! Welcome back to another episode of Mukluk Streams. I'm your charming, self-proclaimed, yet still humble host, Mukluk. Today, we're back in the wonderful world of Guild Wars 2, which is Tyria, by the way. Did you know that? Hello there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Guild Wars Tuesday, which means we're going to be visiting Guild Wars today. First off, just logging on to my Herald, who is the absolute best class in the game for picking up these crops. Absolutely. They've got just, they're so good at that, specifically, and nothing else. Hi, Jack, I see you.
How dare Twitch lock me out of your emotes? Take this Prime.
Which support is on the menu today? If we're going to try another support today, what ones are remaining that we haven't done? Berserker, Bladesworn, Firebrand, Tempest, Mirage, and Scourge. Those are the remaining ones. Berserker, Bladesworn, Firebrand, Tempest, Mirage, Scourge. Those are the ones I haven't tried on DPS yet. Let's open that stuff up. This character might need some bigger baggy waggies, chat. Do I have more in the bank? Access bank. Can I search container? Not sure if that works the way I'm hoping it does. Let's see, Druid. If there is a DPS Alac Druid, then I need to do that too. I don't know if there really is one. I'm thinking that's not a thing. And the problem is the trait in Druid that gives the big damage is competing with the trait that gives the Alacrity. Leave Firebrand for last. I remember I did an LI guide for Firebrand a year or two ago, so I know there's a way to do it. But I also know that I just recently tried Healbrand, and it was very challenging to pick up, like more so than the other classes. Like, I play each of the classes usually for 2+ hours, and in that time, I could not get a handle enough on Firebrand that we were able to kill Bone Skinner. That was the only support that I had to swap classes for us to kill Bone Skinner. The 60 Mystic Coin is out of stock. RIP, does it reset every day to be in stock? If you're talking about the Wizard's Vault, that resets like every 3 months. I vote Berserker, you can go Power or Condi. I had one person message me yesterday and say, hey, when you get to doing Berserker, do Power, the Condi rotation is a pain. Now, I don't know if that's true, but someone definitely messaged me that. Hey, hi, X3. Every time I try to take someone's edge, HR gets called. My Synology. You're going to be updating your resume. You keep doing that. Power is smoother, but a lot more button smashy. Isn't Berserker just button smashy? Like, just by default? I can't wait that long for a patch to hit. At least I could still buy the bag of gold coin. There you go. Snowcrow's Condi rotation uses 2 swords as hard because you need a longbow for fire aura. Warrior main Bur's power is way better in any sense. How did Fallout go? Did the patch thingy work? Absolutely not. That was kind of a funny experience. Chat. I told my community, I was like, guys, I'm going to try Fallout New Vegas. And someone's like, you have to run this mod. And I'm like, why? And they're like, the game crashes a lot and the mod helps with crashing. And I'm like, really? And I go to the Steam discussion group and it's like, yeah, you need to run this mod. And I was like, So then, like, I go to Nexus Mods and I find the mod and I manually download it and I go to the instructions and the instructions for how to install it say, same as any other mod. I guess Snowcrows wrote that guide, and I was just like, wow, thanks, awesome. So I'm fumbling around, and it's like, put in the data folder, but it doesn't say what data folder, so then I start, like, you know, doing a search through all of the Fallout folders on my computer for any called data. I find one, I'm like, all right, this is probably it. It's like, now you gotta activate the ESP, and I'm like, I have to activate Espanol? What are you talking about? And then I ended up messing with that for like 30 minutes. And then I finally found how to activate the add-on in the data file section of the game. I do that, and then I show it on stream, and I'm like, chat, did I do all this correctly? And so people are like, yep, you did it, you did it. I'm like, great, all right, let's start Fallout New Vegas. I open the game, it crashes. I open it again, it crashes. And then I was like, you know what? Let's try something. And I go back to data files and I unhook that add-on that I spent hours setting up, and it opens fine. So I played it for about 4 hours without the add-on, without the mod. In those 4 hours, it did crash 2 times during loading screens, but I was able to just open the game right back up, so it wasn't a huge deal. But yeah, it was an experience, to be sure. Clearly it was the wrong data folder. Clearly. Which skin is for that sickle? If you mean the harvesting one, that is the fused molten sickle. It actually has a faster animation time, so it gathers more quickly. Mug, how are today? Today are good. Has the wife gotten used to the beard? No, she hated her beard. She shaved it off. Yeah, she is used to my beard. She still likes it more at a distance than she does in melee range. But yeah, she's used to it. What about Gabe's beard? He's just got peach fuzz. I found 2 guides for a live TPS Druid, one on Guild Gen and one on Meta Battle. I guess the damage is too low, as you said, but there are guides if you want to waste some time. I can give it a shot. No, the reaping glyph would make this go faster. You make a lot less money too. So reaping allows you to AoE gather some nodes, but you don't get anything extra. If you notice on the right-hand side of the screen, every other loot is volatile magic. So that every other loot would be gone. So if you were farming my home instance and I was farming my home instance, you would finish like a minute faster, but I would make way more money. So I accept that, and I choose the latter. Like, I make an informed decision to take more money. The beard has retaliation buff. The only way to get retal in the game still. What is the prismaticite gathering node? Where is it from? What was that added? I feel like that was added in the Icebrood Saga, I think. And it's honestly not really used for anything these days. There's a weapon set that you can craft using prismaticite, and there was a time period where it was worth quite a bit of money, but now, usually, if my prismaticite fills up, I just, like, destroy it, because it's, like, not worth messing with. Did you craft Quip? I bought a Quip. I got tired of wrestling with not legendary pistols, so I just bought one the other day. Do you ever think devs will streamline some of the more tedious aspects of the game? In the same way they've done it for Skyscale. Do you really call what they did to the Skyscale streamlined? It's still a huge project. It does take less time, but it's still a big project. I mean, I think it's good that they leave in some large projects because it gives players who play the game a lot something to do. Thought you had the Wizard of Vault starter kit? I do, but I didn't want to... So, okay. If you get the Wizard of Vault starter kit, you still need to get a Gift of Exploration, which means making a character and doing world exploration, and I did not want to. That's it. I just was like, wow, that's going to take a while. I don't want to do that. Gift of Battle. I have a stack of Gifts of Battle. I'm not too worried about that, but I did not want to do world map exploration on a new tune. It would just be a big time sink, and I was like, you know what? I got 10,000 gold from doing my daily routine each day. Let's do something stupid, and then I just bought a Quip. So, like 1,500 or something down the drain. It'll come back over time by just doing this, and I've got it now. Should probably buy a scepter too. I think that might be the only weapon I don't have a second thing of. World exploration, aka saving that Ash Legion heart for last. Oh god, I know the exact one you're talking about. PTSD! Why you gotta do that to me? I gotta bring that up. Muck, you can't dual wield scepters. Yeah, but I don't have a single one. It's like the other day I did a build that had scepter on it, and I think I just used an ascended one with the wrong stats. That's what was stealth training? Yeah. It's just a big time sink for a heart. Explain to the uninitiated. You know the hearts on the map that you fill in that are like little quests? There's one over in the Char area called the like Ash Legion training. And compared to like any other heart, it takes way more time. So people that are doing like map exploration just for the sake of getting like a gift of exploration, typically if they get to that one, it's like a huge groan. The one, yeah, it's in a cave, yeah. Like, you stealth and you gotta sneak up on people and stuff like that. The Ash Legion Heart is not the most tedious, just use Thief or Mesmer. Okay, so you just told me 7 classes can't do whatever you're about to say. It's not the most tedious, only 2 of the 9 classes can do this easy trick. White Mantle Portal device, or use this item from raids. I mean, you could still say it's tedious. That's okay. Get good? Oh, I'm fine. I've done map exploration on like half a dozen characters. I just don't wish to anymore. I had 10,000 gold from doing my daily slog each day for a long time. I was like, you know what? It's time to use some of this. I just bought Quip the other day. Can you TP to friend? Anyone can TP to friend. They just need a TP to friend and a friend. Mike, why don't you do POF raids anymore? I would say the POF raids... Okay, I don't have a static group. Why is the game crashed? I don't have a static group. I pug a lot. And POF raids, pugs die there a lot. So I kind of just stopped bothering with those. In a static group, it's fine. But in like just a pickup group with people that you don't really know, you know, it's typically not good. Have you posted an updates guide about your daily routine, including the new expansion? I have, yes. Hang on a sec, I will link it. That's it right there. The only thing that changed is I've got like 3 more, I've got an alt part in each of the 3 new expansion zones. So I'm getting income of currency from those zones every day, which makes it a lot easier to make obsidian armor if I choose to, without having to do the metas. Andrea says, I can't farm multiple guild halls even though I have 3 different located ones. Is there a trick? Yeah, Andrea, so there's an upgrade in guild halls called Synthesis Output. And if a guild has a different level of synthesis output than another guild, then they don't share cooldown for guild hall. So synthesis output, there's either level 0, meaning they haven't upgraded it, or 1, 2, 3, or 4. So there's 5 levels, 0 to 4. So if you're in a guild that has level 4 synthesis output, and another one that has level 3, and another has level 2, you could farm all of them and they won't like share the cooldown. Are you going to continue the Fallout series after the current one? Maybe. Like, there's 2 personal rules for me for... Oh, my Blish HUD isn't working. There's 2 rules for whether or not I will play a game on stream. Am I having fun? And do people want to watch it? It's like, if I lose all my viewers, I won't continue it. If I'm not having fun, I won't continue it. Right now, I've only streamed Fallout New Vegas 1 day, which is yesterday. I'll be back on it tomorrow. Right now, I am having fun, and people are watching it, so if that continues, I'd be totally fine playing the others. I've played before I was a streamer, I played Fallout 4, and I liked it enough that I played through it like 3 times to see the 3 different factions, and also beat it on like its max difficulty with just like a melee build. Like, I had a lot of fun playing it. Muck, you kept my focus on the stream so much that I missed the Pinata event. Yeah, that's a quick event. It's like, you blink, you miss it. Playing 3 times and you loved it? Mm-hmm. Because there was, like, okay, it's been a while, right? There was, like, was it the Institute? And then, like, the Brotherhood, and what was the other one? There was, like, 3 main factions that you could join. The Railroad? I think it was the Railroad. Like, you could join these 3 factions, and they each had, like, different endings. The Minutemen? I don't know if the Minutemen had their... I think the Minutemen, like, shared an ending with somebody else. Another settlement needs your help. Anyway, yeah, I enjoyed it. There we go. POF raids are more difficult than the hot raids, and they might be bugged or lagging out there right now. Yeah, it's like, for example, Conjured Amalgamate. Conjured Amalgamate is the very first raid boss in that raid wing. But I would put its difficulty on par with Deimos, who's the final boss of Raid Wing 4. If I join a pug who can't beat Deimos, we still beat the first 3 bosses before Deimos, so we still got something out of that run. If we just go wipe on Conjured Amalgamate a lot, then it's like, well, we got nothing out of this, except we wasted a lot of time. Very unfortunate, you know? So it's just like the very first bosses in Wings 5, 6, and 7 are much more of a pug killer than any of the early bosses in Wings 1 through 4. So I'm happy to raid those wings. I've done it before. Hell, I made guides for them. But yeah, your question was, why haven't I done that recently? And that's the reason why. 4K more and you can buy a Chalk Infusion? I already have a Chalk Infusion. Deimos needs a hand kite. Amalgamate does it. Deimos does need a hand kite. Yeah, that's kind of random. But yeah, as far as like mechanics, I just feel like people mess up on Conjured. I mean, the Conjured Amalgamate was just an example. I could also say Soulless Horror, you know? But as far as mechanics, I just feel like, you know, those are worse. On the flip side, there's the wing with the, what is it, Wing 7 with the gens. You know, the Earth Gen and Air Gen are fine for pugging, but Kadim the Peerless is really rough to pug. Have you tried ESO? I played about 100 hours of ESO. I made and tried a Necro and a Druid and a whatever the default mage is during that time. And they had a very creative, like, unique approach to Necro, but it wasn't what I wanted to play. For example, like, anyone who knows me knows I love, like, support builds and I love pet builds. Ranger in this game is a rare example of both of those things. The Necromancer in ESO summons a Bone Golem, and then he, like, jumps into it, like Shinji getting the damn robot, and then he pilots it around like it's a mech warrior. And then, like, he'll summon a skeleton, but it's like a kamikaze, and he just throws it at the enemy like a living missile, and then it explodes. Like, his pets don't last more than a second because he just detonates them. So it's a weird approach to it, and it's kind of unique looking at it, but it's not something I wanted to play, so I gave up on that. The Druid was like, I played the Druid for, like, I don't know, 10 or 20 hours, and then it was a disappointment. And then I played the mage thing that could, like, summon the different Daedra, and it was kind of cool. It was all right. And then I got the highest level on that one. And when I say highest level, again, I played the whole game for, like, 100 hours, so maybe I played, like, 50 hours on the mage. I got to the highest level of the characters that I played on that one, and I honestly just got kind of bored, because, like, I feel like ESO lies about how much approachable, like, how can I put this into words? I'm sorry, hang on. Like, the freedom you have in that game is a lie. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. In the newbie zone of ESO, you can like pick up anything, right? Like you can like steal some guy's spoon and fork from his lunch. You know, you can go to the blacksmith and like steal the goods from the shelves when the blacksmith's not looking and then sell them and stuff like that. However, really quickly you figure out that like anything that's stolen sells for like a penny to the Thieves Guild. So there's almost no point in like sneaking around town and stealing stuff. And additionally, it's like, oh wow, I could wear heavy armor and shoot lightning bolts. Well, very quickly, you find that heavy armor gives bonuses to swinging melee weapons, medium armor, like leather armor, gives bonuses to archery and daggers, and light armor gives bonuses to spellcasting. So if you want to min-max for the late game, your wizard wears a cloth robe. Your tank wears plate, you know? It's not like Skyrim, where you run around in full plate mail and can shoot lightning bolts, and, you know, you could be like a, you know, a plate mage or anything like that. You very much need to play like the stereotype. Like, there's all this freedom, but because of the way that the bonuses, like the set bonuses and stuff like that works, the freedom is just kind of an illusion. So when I kind of got to the point where I was just like, okay, this is just kind of an illusion of freedom, I just kind of, bleh. I felt like I had nothing to look forward to. That was another thing. Your hotbar in ESO is only like, what, 5 or 6 buttons? And once those were filled with the skills I wanted, I felt like there was nothing to look forward to. So that was another reason I kind of lost interest in it. Star of Gratitude. But yeah, I played it for like 100 hours, which is 10 times what I played of FF14. I just tired of it. I think it's because that much freedom would be a nightmare to balance. Oh, just give up. Just do what Guild Wars 2 did. Give up on balance. I would say Amalgamate is a bit easier than Deimos because there's less to him other than the swords and shields. ESO is a okay single-player game, very mediocre MMO. Hey, Muck, having fun with Fallout? Yeah, I mean, I've only done one session of Fallout New Vegas, which was yesterday morning. I'll be back on it Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday mornings. So I'm like 4 hours in, but yeah, I'm having fun so far. I got really excited when I found a Ripper. I didn't know they were in that game. Again, I had only played Fallout 4, and I found a Ripper in Fallout New Vegas, and I was like, oh! For those that don't know, it's like, imagine like a short sword, but it's like it's a chainsaw. And so it's a melee weapon, but when you swing it while it's, you know, it'll do like 20 hits in a swing because of the chainsaw portion of it. And very, very fun little melee weapon. Muck trying to charm the landmines with his charisma. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, for those that didn't see me make my character, I just literally dumped everything in charisma. So my guy is bad at everything, but he can get anyone to do what he wants. That's my New Vegas character. He's just going around like doing the Giga Chad pose, but just failing at everything. The reason I left ESO is quality of storytelling, especially after Somerset. The quality drops, especially for side quests. The story was boring in heavy story-driven MMO. Yeah, I didn't try... Well, I mean, I guess Druid and the Necro were added in expansion, so I did play during that time, but I basically was just trying out, like, the base game early zones. A bard? I know bards are better at things than I am. Leon Marius, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome. Jack says licking them with a silver tongue. No, there is no licking. Can't outcharm the minds. You are correct. By the way, it's Warden in ESO. Yeah, the Warden. I remember I was looking forward to getting the bear summon for so long, and I finally got it. And I found like some level 10 beetle outside of town, and I threw the bear at it, and I just stood back to watch. I wanted to see how much damage it did, and it was like none. It was like the bear versus the beetle. Like every swing from the bear did like 1% of the beetle's health, and I was just like. You know, it was like, okay, this is one of those MMOs where they don't allow pets to actually do damage. Speaking of bards, didn't you start playing Pathfinder again? Yes, I'll probably be back on Pathfinder Kingmaker tonight after Guild Wars 2. Napo, thank you for the raid. Welcome. Hello. Bear vs. Carbon Pumpernickel. Yeah, back on, what is it called? Pathfinder Kingmaker. We've discussed for a long time replay, because I played it right when the game came out, and it was an absolute buggy mess. And they have fixed a lot of that. My rose quartz is overflowing. So, was going to do another playthrough now that a lot of that's been fixed. What's the most expensive item you've brought in Guild Wars 2? Not real money, Guild Wars 2 money. If you mean bought, assuming that was a typo, if you mean the most expensive item I bought, it was like a legendary, like just because I felt like it. Like here, look, like just I bought it the other day. I got frustrated that I didn't have a legendary pistol, and I just bought one for 1,850 gold. This was like 2 days ago, 3 days ago. This was 3 days ago. So a couple of times, like here's the thing, I have a routine that I do every day that gets me like, I don't know, 10 to 30 gold. And so occasionally I'm just like, you know what? I don't want to work on this for a week. And then I'll just make a very stupid purchase. And then I'll just buy something like this. So, you know, that was one of the most expensive things I've just outright bought. So now I never have to worry about having the right pistol with the right stats again. $3 gold a stack for each of them. Now, on the flip side, the most expensive item I own in Guild Wars 2 is a chalk infusion that was given to me as a gift. I think when I was celebrating having streamed for a few years in a row without missing a day. It was given to me by another content creator. And I just kind of kept it for sentimental value. Wizard Dennis? Yeah, I could do that. For Spirit Ravager. What do you think is the best ARPG Diablo-like style game you've tried so far? Not Diablo. None of the Diablos right now. Alright, for different reasons, there are 3 ARPGs that are like top of the list that I will recommend to you. Alright? One is Path of Exile. It's completely free to play. If you've never played an ARPG before, though, I honestly don't recommend it. It is a game for people that love ARPGs and love depth. The amount of character customization in that game is insanity. Like, I'm talking, you use spreadsheets, okay? Like, it's absolutely nutty. But it is a fantastic mucking game that's free to play. The second one, Grim Dawn. Grim Dawn is the old style of games where you just you pay for the game once and then that's it. There's no subscription fees, there's no in-game store, nothing like that. Fantastic ARPG. Has a dual class system similar to Guild Wars 1. So, you, like, for example, if you dual class Warrior and Necromancer, you would make something like a Death Knight. You know, you can make hybrid classes if you want to. So every time they add a new class, because it can dual class with all the existing ones, they just, you know, it's like adding 10 more classes to the game. And the other one is much newer, is Last Epoch. And Last Epoch, instead of having like a massive skill tree, what they do is they have a skill tree for each character, but then also every skill on your skill bar has a small skill tree. Now it's nothing major, like, you know, see like this little tree right here? Like imagine one of these for every skill on your bar. So even if you're running the same skills as somebody else, you might be playing entirely differently. It's really, really good. Now Last Epoch is a brand new title, so if you're interested in getting into something newer, then it would be that. All 3 of those are top tier for different reasons in my book. Pet Chip. Chip is not in the room. Can't pet him right now. What's your favorite Guild Wars 2 class and profession? The one I play the most is Druid. But I have been doing a series lately where I try like every one of the other support builds in the game to see what I think of them after like a day each. Mind Freak, thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate you. Welcome. It's like the top 3 classes I have spent time on in the game is Ranger, followed by Necromancer, followed by Engineer, and then the other 6 are far less for me. I also played ESO for 400 hours, but now I'm kind of bored because I'm done with all the hard content and I'm not a role player. That was the reason I started Guild Wars. I mean, you spent 4,000 hours in the game, so it sounds like you got your money's worth. Have you ever tried Everspace, Mug? Everspace 2? Yeah, I actually made a review video for Everspace 2. Let me see. Did you do Condi Like Scourge yet? No, I have not. Let me see here. Everspace. Yeah, here we go. Everspace 2 review. Yep. If you are interested in it, I'll drop a link to that in the chat. That's it right there. You have to click the Bloodstone Dust before you can increase the number you want to sell. How does Alacrity Druid play since the update to how it gives a lack? I don't know if that one works. So, okay, so if you mean a lack support druid, every time it does a skill from astral form, it gives like 2 seconds of alacrity. So like this skill pulses 4 times, so this will do 4 applications. But the short answer is it's stupid and tedious. You need to just go into astral periodically, not because you need to do it to heal people or you need to make your glyphs flip over, but just because you have to spam skills to give people alacrity. So I'm not a fan of it, but that's what it is. Watch the Snowgirls podcast was interesting. I didn't even know they had a podcast show. Yep, I got invited to their latest one, and I got permission to record it, so that was it. It was fun. It was fun. You have to burn astral for a lack. Yeah. Yeah, so the worst feeling with the current setup is like, let's say, like when I'm in astral, for those who don't play Druid, this skill resurrects everyone in an area. So let's say I'm in this, and I spam a bunch of astral skills just to give people alacrity. Then astral is wearing off, and people do something wrong, and 3 people go downstate. I do not have access to my AoE res, because so it's like, I can't save your life, I gave you boons recently. Which feels really bad. Like, it's this is my favorite class, but that's the primary thing I would change if I could. I'm gonna take a break from Guild Wars 2 to play the EQ2 Origin server. EQ2 Origin server? Is that like a progression server? Muck, did you start playing Fallout New Vegas because Josh Strife Hayes was streaming it? No, I have had it on... Again, I've played Fallout 4 all the way through 3 times. I really enjoyed the one Fallout game I've ever played. So, and if you ever ask any Fallout fan, like, oh, hey, what's the best Fallout? They get really pretentious, right? They're like, New Vegas? And they say it like you're stupid and they now think less of you, right? Like, they just, you know, did a head count of, you know, how many chromosomes I have. Like, they don't think well of me. And so I was like, all right, so that's the good one. I need to try it someday. So it's been on my radar for years, but lately, because of the Fallout show, it's been, like, the amount of eyes on Fallout games has increased dramatically. So I was like, oh, now's a good time to do it. Been enjoying getting back into the game. What's a good place to go to find a guild? Hey, Dendarian. There's lots. There is a modest guild finder in the game. If you click contacts and click LFG and click guild recruitment right here, there's a guild plaza with some people using it to recruit. You can just yell in the zone related to the game mode you're interested in. Example, if you're interested in raids, you could go into the Aerodrome, which is the raid prep area, and yell that you're looking for a guild. World v World, you could yell in World v World, stuff like that. There's also a Facebook group and a subreddit, if you want to just advertise on one of those, that could also possibly help. It's a new classic EQ2 server with 2006 patches. No chrono, no cash shop, no expansions for at least a year. Oh, nice. Just play without giving a lack and just heal. Give the Alac roll to DPS support while you're out of UQ solo heal. Maybe make a full series on. They will get you hate comments. Yeah, Tabe, I was like, where are you going with this? What? No, no, I don't know that I'd recommend that. What Tabe is referring to is there is a trait on Druid called Lingering Light. And Lingering Light is that when first of all, your heals are bigger, and when you leave Celestial Avatar, if you healed people in it, you can go back into Avatar really fast. So if you have a moment where you did heals to people, And then I leave avatar. Look, 2 seconds, 1 second, and it's back up. So instead of a 10-second cooldown just then, it was a 2.5 second cooldown. So Lingering Light makes it to where if people screw up right when you're leaving avatar, you could go back into it very quickly and save them. And as far as like playing Druid, I have never played a Druid that felt better to play than this. This feels really good to play. However, it doesn't provide Alacrity. And people that are like really high end in this game look at a healer that doesn't provide quick or alac as if they said that they're going to run in a race and they don't have legs. They're just like, what? Like, you're not even a whole healer. What are you talking about? Like, they're just like, they treat you like it just doesn't make any sense at all. And yeah, I was doing this video series where I was like putting that to the test, and I got like so much hate for it, and I just like gave up. Literally, like in the middle of the series, it just stops, and I just stopped making new episodes for it. Muck, I hear that V Rising is getting a big update soon. Will you return to stream it? Noxxi will get a private server. I'm considering it. I will say the idea of restarting V Rising, first of all, V Rising, fun game. I enjoyed it, right? I have played it and exhausted the content in it twice now. So this would be the third time I started from zero in that game, and I'm not sure if I got it in me. I'm not sure if I got it in me. I'm considering it, but yeah. One heal, 2 quick DPS, 2 alive DPS works pretty wide terms of global DPS. Don't know what you're right about. Middle of the series, you got most of the raid bosses.
MuklukYoutube is literally one of the greatest things I've ever discovered. Thank you so much for making it so easy. Also, please stop stepping on mines in Fallout. Mukluk smoke.
Look, they don't have yellow paint around them, okay? They're hard to see. Is there any Boon heal or Boon DPS class where it actually feels natural applying the buff and keeping it up? Yeah, there's some. For example, Scourge, when it applies a barrier to people, it doesn't, most of their barriers, their skills do not even have animations. So they can do those skills without even interrupting their other skills. Hold on, give me 1 second. Made a heat trap. Okay. My setup was getting tampered with. I had to fix it. All right, so Scourge, you can spam their skills that provide the boons without interrupting your weapon skills. Additionally, those skills provide barrier to people, and they give alacrity when they provide barrier. So you're wanting to spam those skills anyway, and then they just give boons on top of that. Additionally, I feel like they couldn't figure out where they wanted to put protection on Scourge, and they just like put it on the shade, which they were already hitting. So they literally put the one of the most important boons on a skill they were already spamming. So Scourge feels really good to like put the boons out. Some of the others, like Mechanist, is pretty good. Like Scrapper. My main issue is Prot on Scrapper. The one boon that to me feels bad to apply on Scrapper is Prot, because it's provided by either burning your self-heal, burning your resurrect, burning your Aegis if you're doing short bow, or burning your blocks if you're running shield. So you have to make a sacrifice. Which of these utility things do I want to destroy for the next few seconds to keep the protection boon up? I don't like that. The rest of the boons from Scrapper feel fine. It's just that one that I don't like. Trying to think. Hold on, I gotta get it in front of me. This is my notes. Let me see. Willbender, Herald, Renegade, Untamed. Deadeye isn't too. Deadeye certainly was easy to learn. It wasn't too bad. It was just related to using the steel a lot. Untamed wasn't too bad. It's related to making use of the ambush a lot. Catalyst is the worst thing I've ever experienced in this game. Chrono, you basically are playing like a mobile game down in the bottom left corner with the shatters. It kind of feels like I'm playing like a Guitar Hero in the corner. Harbinger is extremely easy to keep the boons up as far as like how fluid it feels. Spectre DPS Alac Spectre was fine. Don't really, not a huge deal there. You did have to put effort into keeping the boons up, but it wasn't that bad. Heal Alac Spectre, I would like to never play that again. The two worst feeling builds I've ever played in this game are DPS Quick Catalyst and Heal Alac Spectre. Those are were the worst experiences in this game for me. Woolbender Video Drive. Oh, thank you, Noxxi. Sad that Scrapper's quickness. I would really pair really well with Quick DPS Herald. Scrapper Scrapper was kind of known for ages for the super speed. So, you know, they were already like gotta go fast, so quickness kind of makes sense on them. Lady Luck was getting cold. No, it's okay, so this hold on a sec. Hold on. Boop. We are going to draw a picture, chat. We're gonna draw a picture together, okay? If you were to look at my house from above, all right? Most of it is a square, just like that. And then there's like this. So the house is shaped like, what is this? Like Utah? The house is shaped like Utah, all right? On the first floor of the house, my office is here, okay? So I'm in this room. There's a door into the room, like here, and there is like all my computers, the lamps, the lighting, and stuff like that. If this door is closed, it like just traps heat. Like the temperature in this room starts rising very quickly. So my door is like, you know, almost closed right now, but so that like Chip can come and go. But it's not completely closed, because if you close it, the temperature actually starts rising in this room very quickly because it's just a heat trap. And so I was apparently being too loud, and my wife walked up to the door a few minutes ago, and she just reached over and closed the door and then walked away. And I was like, no, because I know in 10 minutes I will actually be sweating in here, because it will start getting hot very quickly. You close the door. I've heard, yes. Like, for people to understand, like right now, here, hang on a sec. I gotta, let's see, 70 Fahrenheit Celsius. Okay, all right, you Europeans, listen. All right, so right now, it's probably 21 Celsius in here, and it will get up to like 26 in a couple of minutes if the door's closed. All right, I had to do Fahrenheit to Celsius conversion on my other screen. So that's the issue. It gets pretty sweaty. My wife wishes there was a door to close. Are you just sitting like right in the middle of the living room? I just came back to the stream to see boxes and laughed. Welcome. Canadians don't have AC. What? You don't have AC? Muck translating freedom degrees to healthcare degrees. Yeah. You should try summer in England. I'm good. Dude, listen, I grew up partially in Georgia, which is southeast United States, which is extremely humid. So like it can get 1 degree warmer and you're now covered in mosquito bites and drenched in sweat. Like the humidity is just, it's crazy. I've had people visit from like out of state and they're just like, oh my God, it's hard to breathe. There's so much moisture in the air. I also went to high school in Utah, which is technically a desert. It doesn't look like it because it's fully civilized, but like there's a city there, but it's technically a desert. So the air is super dry and it's amazing because there is no bugs at all. And the temperature can shift like 10 or 20 degrees. Like there could be snow on the ground and you could still be walking around in shorts as long as no one hits you with a snowball because it doesn't feel cold because there's zero humidity at all. It's really, really nice. It's really nice. Utah is dry tough IRL. I bet lots of scorpions. No, I lived in Utah for like 5 years. I never saw a scorpion a single time. No. Like it's not like freaking the Mummy movie. They're not just those walking around. Anyway, hi Mark, how you doing? 26 degrees Celsius, perfect for a bathtub stream. If I saw a scorpion, I would leave Earth. You should visit Australia, though. Then we'll use you for a space program. Texas for scorpions. I've never been to Texas. I mean, I might have passed through it, well, on my trip to Utah, but I've never really spent time in Texas. Please come to Australia. No, 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 no. Dude, I've heard too many horror stories. Australia will never see me. Like, there was one where I heard about online, or this guy, like, was on a flight, leaving Australia and going home. I don't know where home was. And he used the bathroom on the flight, and there was some spider from Australia on the underside of the toilet seat in the bathroom, and it bit his butt, and he ended up having to get, like, his limbs amputated because they died. Like, there's so many horror stories on the news over here from people that just, like, visited Australia. Like, no, that place will never see me. Australia's, yeah. It's just like every oopsie doopsie that God made when he was making the rest of the earth, he just dropped it in Australia. That's why I poop at home. That's a good reason. That is a good reason. Australia's the land of nope. Mm-hmm. Also, what are those huge, like, spider crab things that they have, like, they just crawl on their, like, trash cans when they put their trash in the street? Australian spider crab? Is it spider crab? Or is it? I don't know. I know there's some absolutely stupid ones. Okay, I googled giant spider Australia and found that, like, look, that's someone's torso. And it says, this giant spider in Australia will haunt your dreams. Yes, thank you. Okay, well, there's that one. Not the one I was looking for, but yeah, I don't know. Like most things, I just hear the really, really bad news, and I've heard too much bad stuff about the Australia. They got platypuses, weirdest mammals on Earth. They lay eggs, live in water, and venomous. And they have duckbills. Those are huntsmen. They're harmless. I mean, as long as they don't, like, climb in your mouth while you're asleep. Coconut crab? Is it coconut crab I'm thinking of? Australian coconut crab. Ah, yeah, this is it. This is the picture I'm thinking of. Look at this. This guy's trash can is out on the street for trash pickup day, and look at this thing. Yeah. No, I do not need to walk outside to get the trash and find this on the outside of my house. No, man, I'm good. I'm good. Look, I'm not saying it's dangerous. I'm saying I'm good, all right? Thank you. Yeah, coconut crab. That's what I was thinking of. With one of those bad boys around, you probably won't have mosquitoes bothering you. You probably won't have, like, robbers bothering you. It would catch them, too. Australians will see a spider with 20 legs, so much stuff, and say it's harmless. Yeah, it'll only make your limbs melt off if it bites you. It's fine. Think how much XP you get if you beat it? Yeah, it's got its own health bar.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? I thought not. It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. It's a Sith legend. Darth Plagueis was a Dark Lord of the Sith, so powerful and so wise he could use the Force to influence the midi-chlorians to create life. He had such a knowledge of the dark side that he could even keep the ones he cared about from dying.
Thanks, Windshark. The end game of evolution is larger and larger crab. Yep, just return to crab. Everything is just return to crab. Jellyfish are actually pretty dangerous. I don't think there's anyone who said jellyfish aren't dangerous. They sting you. Mess you up. Like when they say float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, they were just describing jellyfish. Don't touch those things. Don't mess with them. Also, some of them are basically immortal. Check my DM. What are you DMing me? Is this Australian stuff? Oh, yes. Classic meme. Australia, where the spiders are so big they have health bars. Yep. Pretty sure that's part of the curtain rod, but yeah. Classic. Melbourne has the best coffee in the world. I hate coffee. Not something a Jedi fish. Isn't there also an octopus that's so venomous that you die within minutes from just touching it? I don't know about that. I've heard of venomous bugs and poisonous frogs.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
You guys are just copy
I thought
pasting it
not.
now.
It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. It's a Sith legend. Darth Plagueis was a Dark Lord of the Sith, so powerful and so wise he could use the Force to influence
We need to
the
pick one of these orange ones for
midichlorians
today.
to create life. He had such a knowledge of the dark side that he could even keep the ones he cared about from dying.
We need to pick one of these orange ones. Thank you,
Their
Omniwill.
Windshark gifted a tier 1 sub to soapbubble_. They have given 143 gift subs in the channel.
Alright, hang on. I'm gonna set up a poll. What do? Let's see. Options. Berserker, Firebrand, Tempest, Mirage, Scourge. I can only have 5 things on the poll. It only lets me put 5 there. I'll put those 5 there, and then we'll see. Alright, democracy. Go ahead. Place your votes. If you're in the Twitch chat, I can only have the poll running in one of them. If you're in the Twitch chat, place your votes, and you will decide what one I experience next. Sengramo said Potato King. Okay, hang on. There we go. Unga no bunga, Mirage. I feel like Mirage is going to be the worst one to experience, followed by Firebrand.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? I sure wish I didn't. Mukluk cry.
I thought it was going to play it again. Democracy? Democracy. When it's not democracy, it's a dictatorship. Get to Firebrand and realize he needs a second pistol and be frustrated. I can afford another quip, it's fine. Alright. I feel like I'm about to get a tooth pulled. Alright, Mirage. I think of the remaining ones, this is going to be the one that's the worst. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I think of the remainder, this is going to be the worst one, though, to play. Let's see. Oh, you know what? We are overflowing with Eotrite. We're gonna fix that. One sec. Sell junk. Boop. Okay. Alright. It took me way too long to realize Muck was now a potato. It's because in your mind, this is just my default form. I'm a potato. Okay, let's see. Got some redeems for the hat. Boodoo boodoo. Alright. And I'm refunding Pet Chip because he is not nearby. For those who haven't seen it, we tried to make a, oh, hold on. I can go to the starting soon screen. I can copy it. One sec. So let's see. Copy, and then go back here and do that. All right, see this? Chip did this the other day. The ferocious little raptor with a new toy that we bought him. And we thought it was cute, and we tried to make it like an emote. I think when it's an emote, it's too small, and it just looks weird. But there you go. I thought it was adorable, so we immortalized that. Yeah, we got him a green toy mouse that had catnip on it, and he did that. Let's see. Okay, Mirage. All right. So first up, I'm gonna open up Gilgen's website and see what they have on this. So let's see. Builds, rating, and Mesmer. There is a single, let's see, Condi Staff Mirage Tank Kiter DPS. Okay. All right, and then the other one, let's open up Snow Crows. Let's see what that is. You gave Chip my Asura? Your Asura's a green mouse. Builds. Mesmer. Legacy. So Snow Crows has given up on Alacrity Mirage, chat. They're like, this is crap. Get it out of here. Okay. What are they running? Staff. Is this one also staff? Yeah. Nobody likes it. I think I'm not going to like it. Snow Crows also gave up on power like Mechanit's good. Alright. Let's make some comparisons here. Alright, so I've got 2 of the top guides in the community for this. Alright, looks like Jen says full Viper on armor and equipment. Snow Crows also says the same. Okay, so they're in agreement on that. Viper. And one says Rune of the Trapper. They both say Rune of the Trapper. I love it when the community can agree. Alright, apply to all items. Viper to all accessory stuff. Alright. Bifrost. Okay, I've got another... Okay, I've got an Ascended Staff for that one. Alright, Viper. Alright, Sigils. Jen says bursting in energy. Crows say bursting in energy. Oh my god, I love it. They rarely agree on this. Burst energy. Is that Viper? Oh, lucky. This Ascended Staff even has the right stats on it. Lucky. Burst energy. Alright, weapons are done. Next up. Relic of the... Oh, we have a disagreement here. Okay, let's take a look at this. Alright, one of them says Relic of the Adventurer, which has gained 50% endurance after you use a heal. The other says Relic of the Fractal. When you inflict bleeding on an enemy with 6 or more stacks of bleeding, also inflict burning and torment. I'll start with Fractal, and if I feel like I need more endurance, I will swap back to Adventurer. Okay, let's look at the build itself. Alright. Let's see. We got person standing. We got explosion and sword. Sword. And we got a palm tree. We got an eyeball. We got Harry Potter scar. We got someone reaching for the cupboard. And we got Jesus. Okay. Let's go to the other build site and compare this. They do a different trait here. Same. Different. Oh, gosh dang it. Alright, let's check this out. Alright, dueling. Gain vigor when delivering a crit. When you successfully evade an attack, gain vigor. The other site says to take... Your phantasms have fury. Alright, so I think if I'm with a group, I'll probably have vigor from someone else, so I'm going to do that. Illusions inflict bleeding. Shatter inflicts blindness. Grant fury to yourself and nearby allies when you critically strike an enemy. Sweet. Interrupting a foe inflicts blind, and blinding a foe inflicts confusion. Okay. The other one, which they agree on, is grant regen to allies when you use a heal. Cast Lesser Chaos Storm when you use a heal. Gain Chaos Aura when you shatter 2. When you have Chaos Aura, condition damage you deal is increased. Gain Condi damage. Gain additional condition damage while wielding a staff. Staff and trident skills get reduced recharge. Gain concentration and expertise while affected by regen. Gain stability when you use a shatter skill. Grant an additional boon to nearby allies based on which shatter is used. You need regen? Noted. Down here, we have a disagreement. So, ambushes. Gain regen when you gain Mirage Cloak. The duration of incoming damaging conditions is reduced while you are regenerating. So if you're getting regen from the healer, this doesn't really do anything. Other option is Riddle of Sand. When entering combat, your first ambush attack applies Confusion. This ability refreshes when you use a Shatter. So that's a damage increase. Okay, I can see that. Shatter skills give Vigor. Vigor grants condition damage. Ambush skills are improved. Mirage Cloak increases movement speed. When you gain Mirage Cloak, your illusions also gain it. Okay. The Gift of Chip could be some kind of redeem thing, like the bounce chest. What? Just him... just him, like, on the screen? 100% regen is necessary, so that trade's a failsafe. Okay. Let's see what we got. Alright, first off... let's put this down. Pet shit. Chip is not nearby. Let's see what we got here. Kiter variant, no. You can use Signet of Humility for more CC. Alright. Alac variant. Alright, I'm going to read Jen's notes first. The Staff Alac Mirage is a mesmer build that can survive with high evasion and distortion uptime while also providing Alac might inferior to allies. It can be a ranged tank or a kiter for fights like Broken King or Sapatha, or a safe ranged Alac DPS. Dodging allows you and all your clones to perform Chaos Vortex ambush skill on Staff 1. This will do great damage over time and share Alac to nearby allies because of how many ways you can trigger a dodge. Your heal skill is False Oasis, Shattering Distortion, and the utility skill Crystal Sands will create a Mirage Mirror, which is a purple diamond. It grants you Mirage Cloak, which is a dodge when you walk over them. Weapon swapping does nothing but trigger your energy sigil on both staves, which will also give you more dodges. Because the Staff 3 takes several seconds to create clones, Shattering F2 can be a loss in damage. So if you plan to Shatter F2, pre-cast the 3 before you Shatter, then after a few seconds use F2 and then Staff 2 to maximize the clone uptime while still getting Shatter Burst. Oh my god. Alright. I understood a little of that. See what we can do. Alright, since making this work requires 3 illusions, Self-Deception, top of first Mirage column, is useful for people unfamiliar with Mesmer. Top of first Mirage column. Using a Deception skill will create a clone if you have any other clones active. Okay, noted. Alright, let's see. Just self, add boons. Wait, no. Remove boons. Add boons. Utility. Regen. Quickness. Vigor. Keep the others off for now until I figure this out. Skill priority. Staff 4 and Jaunt are instant casts. Get 3 clones on target from Staff 3 and 2. Alright, so... Then dodge before max endurance and Staff 1 ambush. Okay, and... Okay. Crystal Sands. What is Crystal Sands? This thing. Draw on shards of crystal sand that confuse foes they pass through on their way to your target location. The shards from a Mirage Mirror upon reaching a destination. Okay. Then weapon swap just for energy. So every time I pick up a Mirage Mirror, it's not that it gives me another dodge, like I hit the dodge button. Like it doesn't give me endurance, it just gives me an instant Mirage Cloak. Oh my gosh, the bouncy bolts. And I haven't even done any shatters yet. Yep, I saw the ambush there. So we're at 90. I haven't done shatters or hardly anything. We're at 19k. Alac is staying up. Oh my god, this actually isn't too bad. I thought this was gonna be way worse. Now I'm not playing this great yet. I know that, but just the fact that we're already almost 20k and we're keeping Alac up, like this is already going better than Catalyst after 2 hours of Catalyst. Okay, alright. Also, so we give 25 Might and Fury and Alac. That's pretty crazy. Alright. Oof, Mirage, this is gonna suck. Sand, it's already going better than Kata. Alright. Yo, hi, Bibsy. Okay. So, Staff 4 Jaunt, instant cast. Get 3 clones on target. Dodge before max endurance. Staff 1 ambush. Crystal Sands, weapon swap, false oasis heal. F2 cry of frustration when staff 3 and 2 are up and you're low on dodges. Okay, and then staff 5. Crowd control is your staff 5 signet of domination. Just 300 stun. And your F3. Alright, so it'd be like... For DPS, is the F2 the only shatter I should be using? Do I need to worry about little pauses? How can I explain this? Okay, so you know how, like, on, Renegade in Demon Stance, you have to leave, like, a moment, like a delay. Like, you use a short bow skill and you gotta let the Demon Stance proc it. And then you use a short bow skill and you have to let it proc it. Can I just rapid fire multiple things that trigger Mirage Cloak all in a row, or do I need to leave a moment in between them for it to do the ambush animation? You need to wait a beat. You can rapid fire, but you lose the ambush. Okay. So the ambush has a 1 second cooldown. Alright, so jaunt for 2, 3, and dodge, and weapon swap, and dodge, and mirror things, and do that, and dodge, and do that, and do this mirror thing. Dodge and ambush and weapon swap and dodge and ambush and use the 3 and then cry frustration, use the 2, dodge, ambush, and use the mirror, and ambush and dodge and ambush and weapon swap dodge and ambush and jaunt, I guess, and cry frustration is not up, dodge, ambush, use the heal, dodge, ambush, weapon swap. And I think I did that. Let's see, ambush, mirror, pick it up, ambush, dodge, ambush, 3, frustration 2, weapon swap, dodge, ambush, and heal skill, dodge, ambush, mirror, dodge, ambush, mirror, ambush, dodge, ambush, weapon swap, dodge, ambush, 3, frustration 2, dodge, ambush, weapon swap, dodge, ambush, mirror, pick it up, ambush, dodge, ambush, use the heal, which takes a minute, jaunt 4, dodge, ambush, weapon swap, dodge, ambush, pick up the heal mirror, ambush, summon another mirror, pick it up, ambush, dodge, ambush, 3, cry of frustration 2, dodge, ambush, weapon swap, dodge, ambush, summon a mirror. Okay, hold on. Let's pause for a second. 96% alac uptime. Nice. I think I've got a handle on keeping that up. And 23k DPS at the moment I paused. Alright, so let's respawn. It's okay, Mug. You don't have to cry frustration. You can always come back to this build when you're ready. Thanks. Short question. For general group PvE content, does Condialac Renegade come close to the Quickness Herald in terms of offensive support? Condialac Renegade does have access to much of the same tools. For example, they can both put the Dwarf Legend on their bar and give stability. They can both put Centaur Bubble on their bar to give projectile block. However, I think the Condialac Renegade gives up more to do that. For example, if you're Condi, you're doing condition damage. The Dwarf stance is power. So if you're a power herald and you bring in Dwarf for a fight, your damage does not drop that much. But if you're a Condi Alacrity and you bring in the Dwarf for a fight, your damage goes down quite a bit because it's not a condition damage legend. You could still do it, but you would definitely lose more damage. One thing to keep in mind is not shatter clones that are using the ambush. They don't have quickness. That also means that clones that are currently using ambush cannot be told to ambush immediately again. Good rule of thumb is 2 autos between ambushes. Okay. Having access to Boon get to line of groups. Don't F2 instantly after using your 3 ambush. Wait, 3 doesn't trigger an ambush. Wait, what? Hold on. Yeah, 3 doesn't trigger an ambush. So the reason I did 3 F2 is, for example, watch this. If I do 3 F2, the old clones run in and blow up while the new clones are being created. Like, it doesn't, the F2 doesn't tell the new ones to shatter, it just tells the old ones to. Three, and then dodge, ambush, AA, then shatter. Okay. I can try. Also, what is the point of jaunt? Is it just for the confusion? Is this Alacrity Mirage? Yep. Honestly, trying to incorporate, we've lost 1k DPS trying to incorporate that new tip. I swear I'm trying. One thing to also remember is you're pretty much on permanent evade with this. I wouldn't say permanent, but yeah, high uptime. I would say, though, it feels like if I have to swap targets a lot, that would be kind of awful. Right? Like, this is probably good for bosses, but not if you're, like, blasting through a fractal or something. I feel like it would be much more difficult to keep the buffs up on the party if I was in a group like that. Because if we lost this target, these clones would vanish. How good is Mesmer compared to other classes? There really is no bad class, Our Spark. And I know that feels like a cheap cop-out answer, but it is true. Like, every class has good builds for endgame. It's just a matter of, do you enjoy that playstyle? Let's see. Okay, so end result, I can keep up 100. Now, that it's 97 because of the first few seconds of the fight. But I can keep up 100% of lack uptime. And 22k DPS. And also, I'm doing a lack, fury, and 25 might. And hold on, am I just doing that on self? Like, I'm giving the party half fury uptime with that trait and myself full fury. Am I giving everyone else fury also? Like, above that? The F3 is a CC. F4 is distortion. Where am I giving the might from? It's from ambush. Chaos Vortex. Allies near you gain a lack and some fury and might. Okay. And each clone also generates these same boons. Well, wait, it says a lack and it says clone a lack. Like, you generate 3 seconds of a lack, the clones generate half a second of a lack. Did they generate might and fury? You also have to manage chaos armor for the 7% damage bonus. Yeah, I need to hit it more often. Okay. All right. How important is Jaunt in the rotation versus just bringing like Moa Signet for huge CC? Jaunt is mobility too. Jaunt is CC. Wait, Jaunt is CC. What? It doesn't say it's CC. What do you mean? blast? It's not a blast either. It's a leap finisher. There's so much misinformation in chat. Maybe they mean Condi cleanse? Oh, no, I mean, if they keep saying stuff, they'll eventually be right about something, yeah. Alright, dot, 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 this, and that's... So I want to jaunt into the 5 whenever it's available, because it generates an aura. So I understand that now. I need to build that muscle memory. $23.5K. We've gone up a little bit. So almost 24K DPS with 100% boon uptime. All right. I'm curious how much. Okay, so this is an outdated video. I'm curious how much damage Snowcrows was able to pull out of this build when they did this. 29. So. Nothing too crazy. And that's with, like, enrichments and infusions and stuff, too. Bench is 34. Where did that information come from? And food. Yeah, I had... Oh, I thought I had a food buff. I thought I had cake. Okay, so I get it. Am I... So this is... Okay, so I know Signet of Domination, sorry, is CC. Am I ever pressing Signet of Midnight for anything? Also, I still don't have a good feel for when, like, how long does it take Mirage Mirror to make the freaking mirror? There it is, okay. Stun break, but no. So you could use it for a stun break. Infusion, enrichment, did I say enrichment? I meant enhancement, like sharpening stone type of thing. Probably Pooch. Thank you for the raid, probably. Appreciate that. Welcome. Chrono just kind of does everything better. I will say this feels a whole lot... Just in terms of learning, this feels a lot easier to learn than the Chrono Shatter system. Now I figured it out, right? Like I got good or decent, but the Chrono Shatter minigame took way more effort to learn than this. So I would say this is more noob friendly. Chrono's better for quickness. Well, we're talking about Alac right now. I would say Chrono is better for the fact that it can very easily swap between Quick and Alac. It's very flexible for group compositions, which is awesome. This cannot do that, but this does provide the Fury and the 25 Might. And this is, I would say that this is easier to learn. You don't need to shatter. Yeah, you can just not shatter as this. Also, like Continuum Split, that took a lot of effort to kind of wrap my head around like how to do that properly and not die. Chrono has a better toolkit with the Wells. I agree with you. Honestly, Mesmer has a great toolkit, right? Like the toolbox down here is great for just Mesmer and Guardian, period. However, Chrono, like Well of Precognition, where it's just like stability and Aegis and just, yeah, it's fantastic. It's amazing. Okay, let's put it to the test. Let's put it to the test. All right, where is... There's my scroll. I think the issue with Mirage is that it jumps, I think, because of Staff 5. Jumps? What do you mean jumps? Hi, maybe this has been asked before, but why do all your characters have very similar fashions? Is it like a branding thing? Honestly, I like it. I'm happy with, like, the little dude with oversized wizard hat. I love that trope. Like, Final Fantasy 1 had that. Vigar from League of Legends has that. My Asura has that. Yo, little dude, oversized, big wizard hat. I love that. And I found it in the game and I just use it on all my characters. But yeah, it is kind of something people recognize me for at this point. I think he meant forced movement from Staff 5. What are you talking about? That's Staff 5. There's no movement at all with that skill. Anyway. Alright, create squad. Alright, anyone on EU that is interested in joining? I am on EU. I'm visiting across the pond right now. We're going to do strike missions, and I'm going to be Alac DPS, and it's going to be amazing, and we're going to try this out in a real scenario. If you use the right staff 2, it's pretty quick. I gotta run and get out of danger. Yeah, you can always do about face 2 to go forward like that. I'm used to doing that in PvP. If you have about face bound to a key, you can hit it right before doing that. So instead of going backward, that you go forward. Yeah, I'll go to a new map, that's fine. Are you on EU? I am on EU, yes. I am on EU. And we got room for one more person if anyone else wants in.
Hey, look, it's the Tree of Birds. How are you today?
Let's see. Do we have a quick heal? Oh, there we go. Carl. Carl. All right, Carl is quick heal, so I'll be a Alac DPS with him. What else we got? Jerhild can be a Alac heal. I gotta find him. All right, Jerhild, go Alac heal, please. Anichka can be quick DPS. And then everyone else who is still in group 1 will be pure DPS. And I'll break those up into the groups in just a minute. All right, and then the daily strike mission is Cosmic, Etherblade, and Cold War. Hey, I just wanted to ask, I have a Necromancer I am wanting to level slowly and just to join the game, but I wanted to unlock swords for gameplay. Is it okay to pause Corteria's story and start the story step in your guide until I lock Astral Arsenal achievement, and then go back to doing the story in order? Yeah, you can unlock the Arsenal to get all the, like, the weapon thing for your account on your highest level character. You don't need to do that on your Necro. Like, you could take your highest level character and go do the weapon unlock thing, the weapon training, and then go back to your Necro, your low-level Necro after. Alright, I'm dividing up the people into the groups. Okay. Don't run in yet. There was one person not here yet. Manimic. Manimic is not here. Manimic says, sorry, stuck in loading screen hell. Well, to hurry up. Judging you. Okay, he's moving. He's moving. Dang. It's hard to see the Mirage mirror sometimes with how this is. Don't feel like I have my projectile block on demand because I'm spamming Chaos 5 for the rotation. Oh, man. It's definitely a whole different game when your dodge roll doesn't move you. I tried to dodge out of the middle, and my dodge doesn't do that now.
Oop, that was a misclick. I didn't mean to use that now, but it's fine. Okay. Alright, well, in a real environment, that's definitely a bit more challenging. Let's see. 75% alac uptime. I don't know how much of it dropped off during the phase transition, because during the phase split, I lost all the clones, and it was harder to keep alac up for sure. Also, the fact that, like, if I have to use my dodge to actually, like, avoid a mechanic, then I don't have the dodge for the alac upkeep at that time. That's why John is goated, who needs to roll when you teleport. Yeah, it's just like a muscle memory thing, right? Like, right now, if I get in trouble and I need to get out of a red thing, my muscle memory is to hit dodge, which now it just goes and it doesn't actually move me. So I just shimmer for a second, but then I'm still in the bad. Are those damage meters allowed now? Yeah, they're allowed. I am an ArenaNet partner, which means if I were to break the rules, I have a lot to lose. So take it from me that at the moment, they're fine. If that ever changes, I'll take them off because, again, I would have a lot to lose. But it's completely fine right now. It does not break any rules at this time. What was the other one? Was it Etherblade? Yeah, it's Etherblade. Okay. You can use F4 to be safe from the bad stuff. You are correct. It's just a habit I have to form.
Wow. You just brought everything.
What about Guild Wars 2 Clarity? I've never heard of that. I don't know what that is. Also, I just realized Blish Hut is offline? What's going on? Didn't I open Blish Hut earlier? I'll deal with it in a minute. Why is it so quiet? It was not this quiet in the other area. Oh, someone died. Interesting. Look, the clones haven't despawned yet. Are they gonna lock onto the new thing? One of them's being stupid, so I'm gonna shatter him and remake him. I wonder if that's a common thing.
Man, Alacrity is all over the place for the whole squad right now. I think the Alacrity provider in the second group is dead. And in my group, it's all over the place because of the target swapping. It's definitely harder on, like, if you're not just hitting one target, this is much more difficult than, like, Mechanist, which just pulses it from the mech and the Mechanist and the mech. Oh wow, I guess you can't. Oh wow. So I tried to Mirage Cloak that to survive it, and apparently you can't, because that just friggin' hurt. NECC enjoyers, DPS loss. I used my signet. I did lose my DPS to do the CC. Ugh. Yeah, that specific fight did not feel good on this build. Now, granted, you know, I'm new to it, muck bad, but yikes. Like, the constant target swapping kept resetting clones to 0, the movement all over the place, stuff like that. Let's see. Hold on, where's my notes here? So, other boons. So far, what do we got? This provides, Fury, 25 might. Let's see, gear, Vipers, ranged or melee, it's full ranged. Mobile fights or target swapping feel rough. Your dodge no longer moves you. Feels very different. Have to get used to that. Alright. Sorry, gotta go. Oh, we lost one. If anybody wants to step in, it looks like we lost one. We still got the Icebird Saga Strikes. Once you get used to staff teleport, you'll love the movement. I mean, staff teleport offers movement, jaunt offers movement, but neither of those offer you evasion frames. You do have evasion frames on your F4 and your dodge, but those don't offer movement. So it's kind of like the classic dodge has been split up into 4 different buttons, 2 for movement and 2 for the evasion, and you have to know what you need. You have to know what you need. I run Selly version of this build in open world, wouldn't bring it to a strike raid though. Yeah, we're looking at strike and raid builds though right now. Don't you play Vindicator? Not if I don't have to. I don't enjoy Vindy. I also think it is a embarrassment to Guild Wars. Like, when I'm getting people into the game, I hide Vindicator from them until it's too late. What's your ID? Hang on. Here's the squad join command. I'll put it in both of the chats. I love Vindy. I hate Vindy to a conceptual level. Like, the idea
We've got a character that's primary attack is leaping into orbit and crashing down repeatedly. Like, if his legs are that strong, he could kill the boss instantly by just kicking them. But he doesn't. He just keeps leaping into space. Even if you're in an area with a ceiling. Like, it looks stupid, and it is stupid. Like, if it was like its elite skill and it did it on like a 2-minute cooldown, that'd be fine. But the fact that they're just like constantly like just all the time, it looks really dumb. It looks really dumb. In PvP, it's awful fighting them because they're evading like 80% of the time. I made up that number, but it's a large percentage of the time. What places do Reaper Sword work? I've never played Reaper Sword. I don't feel qualified to answer that. I'll say I can't immediately think of a place where it doesn't work. Who are we waiting on? Yui Nemo, can you port up to us? Just click on the thing on the map. Alright, here we go. Okay, do the clones stay during this invulnerability thing? Looks like it. Oh, I was gonna try to distortion that.
Sounds like that worked out okay.
But no change in the storm.
Alright, 90% alack on that one. A little better.
Head on back.
New beetle skin just dropped. Hang on, I'll check. Very important stuff. I see boots. Spine shell roller beetle. Okay. I never really think much of the beetle skins because when it's traveling, you don't see it at all. It's just a blur. With the exception of the ones that leave trails. Like the branded one leaves a trail of brand behind you. Like stuff like that is noticeable, I think. Doll bears. I did once see a cosplay that someone did in game where they looked like Dr. Eggman and they were riding a roller beetle that was blue, like it was painted to look like Sonic. It was a male Norn with the big mustache. Can you do the very fast Mukluk introduction? Mukluk took the spot that'll be original to squad the fourth, the shots of festivals, the third one goes you to the lap, but enjoy your entertainment is on the way. Crack at the speakers, don't touch the speakers, skip always every week, please take a seat, but you'll only near the edge. Welcome. Wasn't it Naked Norn, was it? No, I don't think it was Naked Norn. That's somebody else. I'm like, you used to play WoW, so you might know the answer to this. Is there a setting for action on key press instead of on key release? There is for stuff with targeting reticules, I think. Like, there's this, like this. Like, you notice I'm holding it. So, you can have those fire. It's somewhere in here. Right here. You can have it fire instantly. Have it, like, one click to aim and another click to fire. Or click hold to aim and then release to fire. So you could do that right here. But as for doing that with, like, all skills, I don't know. We're waiting on our 10th person. They're late. Who has invoked my name? There's the Norn. Hi, Ethan. John says they DC'd, wait for them. We're waiting. Alright, they're moving. I'm going. Oh my. 85% of lack. Damn it. I had it 100 in the friggin' the golem room. I did notice that when the one bear died and then the other like moved to the middle of the room, it like desummoned all the clones and I had to start them over. I never seen anyone running this build before. I figured it kind of died. It kind of did. I'm just trying it anyway because we're doing a tour through all the builds. I will say I feel very fragile. Although I'm like going in and out of evasion constantly, it feels like I'm never in evasion when I need to be. And I only have 16k health. Wait, do I have a Jade Core on this character? Let me see. Nope. Let's buy one. One sec. I'm buying hit points. Okay, that gives me a little bit more health. AK gold. Yeah, I had 10k yesterday, but I bought a legendary because I just didn't want to deal with getting a pistol. How do you even get that much? Exclamation daily. I have a video on that. There's a lot of things in Guild Wars 2 that give you a lot of money for 5 seconds of work, but you can only do them once a day. And I made a list of those things, and I just do them every day. And I spend about 10 to 11 minutes each day doing that list, and it gets me like a pile of gold every day. And if you don't mind that kind of thing, it adds up very quick. Like whenever someone's like, "Look, I can't afford a sky scale," or "Griffins are so expensive," I'm just like, "How much money do you have?" And they're like, "My life savings is 9 gold." And I'm like, "Wow, I got that in 5 minutes this morning." Like, here, watch this video, do this for a week. You'll never have that problem again. Ah! No! Oh my gosh. Where's my other clones? I wonder if I fire the ambush and it hits a target that's invulnerable, if my team still gets the booms. Because that's what we care about. What? Oh, I think Mirage Cloak doesn't block the freeze thing. Ugh. 88%. You get the boons with the clones disappear if they don't get to do damage for a few seconds. Ugh. How does that daily routine net you money? Is it in raw gold or in assets that can be sold? Mostly assets. So basically, okay, you see me almost every day do like my home instance and the guild hall farming. So I get piles of like every resource in the game. Hang on a second. All right, so see my material storage? I get just stacks of like literally every resource in the game pretty much from doing my home instance and the guild hall farming and stuff like that. And then anytime I want, I can be like, okay, well, I'm full on, like I'm nearly full on thick leather sections. So I'll pull out 1,000 of these and I'll go put these on the trading post. And okay, these aren't much. These are 70 silver each, but some of the other leather types are worth like 5 gold a stack. And, you know, I'll just, anytime something fills up, I'll just throw it on there. And then the other thing is the other big thing is the volatile magic. Volatile magic, you know, like 1,000,000 volatile magic is like 2,000 gold or something. So just whenever your volatile magic piles up and you just go, you know, transform that into gold, it's like stupid. Do you refine them? If you refine them, you would get even more money. I usually don't, because it's kind of like, I'm at the point where I don't really need money in the game. I mostly give it away. And so I usually just like, I choose to keep the time. You know, because I can basically refine it and lose time. Or I can just sell it and I keep that time. And I just choose to keep that time. What about Unbound Magic? Unbound Magic can be turned into money as well. It's just worth less per point than Volatile is. What does refining mean? An example of refining would be taking a log and turning it into wooden planks.
Should you refine materials or sell them raw? In most cases, if you refine them, they're worth more money. But again, it depends. Like, you're making a choice here. Do I want time or do I want money? If you refine them, you're spending time to gain a little bit of money. It is 100% up to you if you want to make that trade. It's kind of like, what is it called? Is it promotion? Whatever? When you use the Mystic Forge to turn like T5 mats into T6 mats, stuff like that. Like, that is something that is tedious and takes time, but can easily get you money if you're okay with doing it. Interesting. Staff 2 is not a stun break, but you can use it while stunned, and you just move your stunned self to another location while still stunned. I didn't know it did that. Okie dokie. Is it as simple as refining wood? No, the map promotion. Map promotion, you need like some tier 5 material, like let's say like blood or bones or fangs or something, and then you need a whole bunch of other stuff, and you put it into the Mystic Forge. So it's like item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4, combine. Item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4, combine. Item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4, combine. Or well, I guess they made it a little easier recently when they made the redo last option thing. But it's not just like...
Guys, look at me, I'm so
It's not just like craft 3,000 and go AFK make a sandwich like it is at a normal crafting station. It's a little bit more tedious than that. But, yeah, it is a way to effectively just make money at a station. Refills life. Yeah, I was, for most of my time playing this game, the refill button wasn't there, so I still sometimes forget about it. That was a very good addition to the game. For those who haven't used the Mystic Forge, the refill button basically tries to repeat the last action. So if you plan on doing one thing 1,000 times, you just do it once, then you keep hitting like refill, do it, refill, do it, refill, do it. Still more work than a crafting station, but not terrible. How is money making by passively gathering nodes while exploring? I mean, it's still good. Yeah, it's still good. It's often worth like getting this stuff. It's hard to give like an exact number for you to you though with that statement. Oof, God. Like, yeah, I'm going in and out of invulnerability constantly, but my God, I feel fragile.
Oh, got Aegis from someone. I messed up there. It would have been completely normal if I had gone downstate, but someone gave me Aegis. That moment I said I messed up, I used one dodge too many on ambushes to keep Alacrity up on the party, and I didn't have a dodge when he was about to slam down, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go downstate from this because I can't dodge. But someone gave me Aegis, and it saved me in that moment. So 96% of lack up time on Bone Skinner, because it's just one health bar, and he never goes untargetable. So that felt completely fine for this. What was it? And I was 22 KDBS. So the only fight I actually replicated how good I did on the Golem was the toughest strike, quote unquote, Bone Skinner. That was the only time. All right. Thank you to the people in the strike group for allowing me to try this out. Appreciate that. Thank you for the run. YouTube chat. Wait, hold on. You're back. Okay. All right. So, yeah. Quick question. YouTube chat. Did you guys see me go offline there for a second? Twitch chat is saying that I went down. Any feedback would be much appreciated. So we did not, the stream on YouTube did not go out. Okay. Then I am guessing it was a Twitch thing. Because I'm streaming to both Twitch and YouTube, and if one of them stayed up, I don't know what happened on that side. Thank you for responding, I appreciate that. I wasn't sure if my internet had cut out. Bone Skinner was too strong? Yeah, Bone Skinner hit us right in the, when did it cut out? Hang on a second. No, it still says broadcasting. It didn't even interrupt the VOD. I'll have to check it later, because that might have interfered with the footage that we were going to use. I was about to ask if you have Spectrum. No, I have AT&T, which for, like, we're on a fiber connection, and in the years we've had it, it's only gone down, like, one time, which was a couple of days, and it was apparently because a construction crew dug through the cable. I think it died like Bone Skinner 25%. Okay. Well, once again, to the strike group, thank you guys. I'm going to step out. Appreciate that. Someone asked about Cold War. I kind of stopped doing Cold War, like, unless it's, like, the daily or something, because it's really not a great test for this type of thing. I would say for this Mirage ambush thing, it's going to be horrible. I will not be able to keep up Alacrity in Cold War. Can you recommend an affordable and clear sounding microphone? All I can tell you, okay, I don't review like hardware stuff, so all I can really tell you is I'm extremely happy with mine. I'm using a Blue Yeti. In the years that, like, I use it actively, like, 5 to 8 hours a day, and I have replaced it one time in the last, like, 6 years. So it gets a lot, like, I use it a lot. And it did break one time, and I just bought the same model again because I was happy with it. So I'm on my second one in like 6 years using it like 5 to 8 hours a day. Also, Noxxi actually one day told me my audio sucked. She was very kind. And she got into my streaming software. And like I remoted her in, and I was like, here, what do you want to change? And she made some tweaks to it, which I can't even hear it, but it supposedly improved it a little bit. So yeah, if you get a Blue Yeti and then like also get a Noxxi if you can, like that'll help. Yeah, fun story. I actually worked with Noxxi for a couple years before ever hearing their voice. Because we always just talk through like Discord, you know? Where neither of us are boomers. We don't need to like sit in meetings or do anything like that. So we just like DM'd each other constantly. I was like, hey, put some memes in this, you know, stuff like that. And then one day, Noxie's like, hey, I'm really nervous about doing this because I'm really shy. But can we like get on voice and talk for a minute? I was like, yeah, that's fine. And we get on voice. And the first thing I hear Noxie's voice say after knowing them for years was, your audio really sucks. We're gonna fix that right now. I was like, what? Yo, are you serious? Like, this is what gets you to like come out of your shell? Damn, like it must have been really bad. All right, let's see. Spawn a golem, average enemy, additional options, add condies, all of them. Please spawn. All right, and then adjust self. Add boons, utility, let's do regen and vigor and quickness. Okay. Okay. All right, chat. It's time to talk. All right, hello friends, we are back with our tour through all of the Boon providing DPS classes, that is like an Alac DPS or a quick DPS for the PvE game mode inside of Guild Wars 2, specifically group content. These are builds that are made for grouping with others. I've seen some confusion in the past videos about what I'm testing here, so I'm trying to clarify that right now. Today is the Alac Mirage. Now, the Alac Mirage has not seen a lot of traffic lately. In the past, long ago, in a galaxy far, far away, the Mirage would provide Alacrity to 10 people. So you could have one in your raid squad, and it would take care of everything, similar to the Alacrity. And it lost that ability, and Chrono can now give Alacrity or Quickness, just one of them. They have to make a choice, but they can give either one. And then this can now give Alacrity to 5 people. Now, most people these days choose Chrono. Chrono has some very powerful tools with their wells. It's debatably a bit, I don't want to say easier, because it took me less time to figure out how to play this class than did Chrono. However, in more situations, Chrono can more comfortably keep their boons up. And I'll explain that now. So first of all, we've got this here. I used a combination of build guides from Guild Gen and Snowcrows to figure out how to play this. This is the build. It is almost identical across the two websites. The few things that there was some choices to make, I ended up just choosing the ones that I felt were the best. Then the skills, they agree on those skills. And I'm running full Vipers with Rune of the Trapper, Relic of the Fractal, 2 staves that both have bursting and energy sigils on them. So that's what we're doing. Now, how do we play this? Now, as always, these builds can be broken up into 2 parts. Part 1 is how do I provide the buff to my group that they recruited me for. In this case, that is Alacrity. Now, the Mirage has a mechanic where, see, I'm just going to auto attack right now. Every time I dodge, and I'm going to hit dodge right now, instead of doing a dodge roll, you shimmer for a second. And during that moment, you are effectively invulnerable. Okay? That's called Mirage Cloak. So you still evade, but you don't move, and it doesn't interrupt your attacking. So on the plus side, you don't have to stop attacking when you dodge. On the minus side, you don't move. And in some situations, when you wanted to dodge out of the red, you don't. You simply stand on the red, shimmer, and then get killed. So it is something you have to get used to. Now, when you do that, if you watch my staff attack animation, after I dodge, he changes. He spins the staff, and it does like a big blast. That's an ambush. Every time you do one of these dodges, your next attack is an ambush. Now, I'm going to summon some clones here. Those as soon as they finish lasering. Okay, so those are clones. So, we got 4 of me now. Now, if I dodge, if you watch them, they all do the ambush. Okay, now that ambush does a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm going to jaunt over here for a second, and we're going to respawn the golem just to leave combat. Now, when we ambush, it is that to my right, the bottom one. We give Fury, Alacrity, and Might to nearby players. So that is how you do the boons. So the whole name of the game with this is ambush as much as possible. So that means using your dodge to trigger an ambush, or there are certain mechanics. For example, if I use this skill right here, okay, after the skill is over, it leaves a mirror. So if I'm attacking and I move into the mirror, it gives me a free instant dodge Mirage Cloak, which means when I touch that mirror, I go invulnerable as if I had just dodged, but it did not use endurance, and then I do an ambush. So you effectively are, you use a dodge, and then you ambush, and then you could use a mirror, and then you ambush. Use a dodge again, ambush. When I weapon swap, my sigils give me energy, ambush, and so on and so on. So you're just getting as many ambushes as you can. Now, Vigor gives endurance regen, so that gives even more. Now, when you are not doing the ambush thing, how are you doing damage? Well, we are in Viper gear, so we're mostly doing condition damage, and staff does conditions on targets. Our clones do condition damage. Our F2 does a lot of condition damage. And we get a lot of bonuses because of our traits when we have regeneration and vigor on ourselves. Like vigor right here grants condition damage. So when your healer gives you vigor, you get more of that. There is also, forgive me, I'm looking for a sec. Let's see, grant regen to allies. Forgive me. Gain concentration and more expertise when you have regen. So regen and vigor on you actually give you flat stats. So those give you bonuses. So I used the console to give myself perma regen and vigor and quickness as if I had that from somebody else. You notice I did not give myself fury and might. And the reason for that you'll see in just a second. So I'm going to do my best to play this for just like a minute here. So going into the fight, I am just going to start with Chaos Armor. I'm going to do 3 and 2 to make clones. We're going to ambush. I am going to ambush again. I am going to summon a mirror. I'm going to ambush again. I'm going to dodge. I'm going to ambush again. I'm going to weapon swap. I'm going to use the 3 to summon 2 clones with a delay. Hit F2 to shatter my old ones. Use 2 to summon a new one. And do this. I'm going to use 4 to give myself Chaos Armor, which gives myself a damage boost. I can also use 5 and then jaunt into it to give myself Chaos Armor again for another damage boost. We're going to dodge, ambush, and weapon swap, dodge, ambush, and summon a mirror to do an ambush. And then we're going to dodge, ambush again. I can also use my heal skill, which has a delay, but it also summons a mirror. And then I can use that to ambush again. Again, I can use clones. I can shatter the old ones and then summon new ones. And 5 ambush. Okay, so right now, I'm at 96% of lack uptime. Basically, the first few seconds of the fight, I didn't have a lack, and then I had it forever after. And then I had 22k DPS during that example. The highest I got was 23. So that is how the build generally works. Now, how did it feel in actual practice? First of all, again, if you look at the boons down here, this supplies a lot of might and fury in addition to the alacrity. So if you look, if I just start ambushing here and we're just looking at my boons right now, that might is stacking up real nice. Might is max, fury is max, and alac is there. So this build provides fury and 25 might and alacrity to their group, as near as I can tell, which is really cool. That's nice. As far as how it felt to play, like to learn, it took me way less time to learn this than Chrono, because this, like, you don't even have to learn half of the shatters. It's just summon the clones and do some simple rotation. You only have 1 weapon to learn because you're using the same weapon on 2 weapon slots, staff and staff. So really easy to pick up, whereas Chrono, I felt like I had to learn how to play Guitar Hero in the bottom left corner with the Shatter minigame in order to keep the boons up. However, in an actual fight, it didn't feel great. So anytime your target dies, or you swap to a new target or something, your clones disappear. So you had to make new clones. And if you ambush alone, then you generate some boons from yourself. So like if I'm fighting this guy and I ambush, I fart out a few boons. However, if I have a clone and then I ambush, we both do it. We both shoot out those boons. So the reason that losing your clones sucks is because your ability to give boons goes into the dumpster if all your clones keep despawning. So if you're fighting one guy with one big health bar and he never becomes untargetable, the only example of that in today's strikes that I tested on was, funny enough, Bone Skinner. The hardest strike was actually the only one that I had like near 100% boon uptime on, and I got the same damage on that fight that I did on the Golem because he never goes untargetable. I never lost my clones, and I was able to do the whole fight normally. There was... on virtually every other fight, during the moment when Dagda pushes you out of the middle in Cosmic Observatory, my Alacrity uptime dropped really hard at that moment. During like some of the other strikes, like when one of the two bears died and then we swapped to the other one, I had to basically restart from zero, stuff like that. I cannot imagine wanting to play this in like fractals or something. Maybe people better than me can, but I can't envision it right now because just if you're fighting one big hit point bar, feels fine. If you're changing targets ever, it's kind of like you're starting over. And that felt really rough. Additionally, this is not a con, but it's something worth noting. I have got, with this build, 2 ways of getting around, like fast movement. Staff 2 launches you backwards, but if you are running forward, you could do like about face Staff 2 to go forward. Now that's a trick I learned from Valen years ago that I've used in PvP for a long time. However, you've got that for movement. You've also got Jaunt, which is the elite skill. It's also a leap finisher, so it's often used with the Chaos Aura from Staff 5 in order to do a leap combo, which gives you this. It gives you Chaos Armor, which is the same as like the 4, but it gives you another way of getting it, which improves your damage. So you've got 2 ways of fast movement, and you have 2 ways of going invulnerable. Your dodge, which makes you invulnerable for a second, and distortion, your F4, makes you invulnerable for a second. So instead of a dodge roll, you have, a dodge roll, a classic dodge roll is movement plus evasion. On this class, you've got 2 movements and 2 evasions, and they're not the same skills. So that took some getting used to. When Dagda did the huge red circle and pushed us out of the middle, typically I dodge backward once, twice if I'm in a really bad spot, and then I'm out of the middle. On this character, I dodged while running out, and in that moment, it was, I forgot about Jaunt, and, I was on a new class. I didn't have the muscle memory. And in that moment, I just was invulnerable, then I was vulnerable, and then I was downstate. It was after that fight I realized I hadn't bought a Jade Core yet, and I was like, okay, that will give me a little bit more health, and I went and bought a Jade Core. But it takes some getting used to. That's not a downside. Again, the fact that you can attack while dodging is very powerful. On Bone Skinner, every time he crashed into the middle of the room, I just Mirage Cloaked and I just kept firing. So everyone else had to stop attacking a moment to dodge unless they had an Aegis, whereas I was able to keep shooting. Small advantage for me. However, even with that, the highest damage I got on this was like 23k. And then on, Deadeye, Quickness Deadeye, I was able to get 30k like right out the gate. So the top damage potential of this is, I would say, low to mid among the DPS supports I've tried so far. The Boon application is very simple. However, if you're target swapping a lot, it is pretty rough. It gets pretty rough because ambushing by yourself does not give nearly as many boons as ambushing with your clones. And if your clones keep getting unsummoned because you keep target swapping, like in a Fractal or strike mission like Cold War, it's really rough. But if you're fighting just a big bucket of hit points, just like a boss, and you can hit it the whole time, the build feels like that's where it shines. As far as utility, we had CC. Signet of Domination was 300 CC. Diversion Shatter does 100 CC per clone, so we had those. Signet of Midnight was just giving us a damage buff. I really don't love Mirage Mirror. Mirage Mirror heals you, but it's over time, so it's like, I felt glassy, and the times I took a huge hit and I lived and I used Mirage Mirror, it would slowly heal me up. It felt like an eternity in combat, how long it takes to heal you. And that combined with the fact that it also summons a mirror, but that also takes like 6 weeks shipping. There, it just appeared. So I don't, like Mirage Mirror, I understand its use in the build. It's to give you another way of going into ambush. But it made me feel very unsafe. The heal took forever. I was often using it for ambushes, so I didn't have the heal when I needed it. And even the reason I was using it was for the mirror takes forever to appear. So I really liked nothing about this, but I understood the necessity for it. As mentioned before, this class gets a lot of bonuses by having regen and vigor on it. So you most but not all healers in the game provide those boons, but some don't. And if you were in a group with this and your healer didn't provide those, it would suffer. It would suffer from it. Now, there's a few traits I didn't take. For example, this trait gives you regen when you gain Mirage Cloak. If you're with a healer that is not great at keeping regen up, like I think there's some versions of Heal Brand that don't. Alacrity, if you can find one. Well, no, you wouldn't be grouped with an Alacrity because this gives Alacrity, but that was an example of a healer that struggles to keep regen up. You could do this to bring your own regen and say, muck it, you know? Additionally, there's a few traits in here that I can't immediately recall. They can help with Vigor, but this is the loadout I think you would take if you're grouped with someone that can give you both of those boons and you don't have to do it yourself. I think that's about it. As I mentioned, not many people play this anymore. I found it in the Legacy section on Snow Crows. There was still a guide for it on Guild Gen. It still works. As I showed you, I was able to keep up 100% Alacrity uptime and like 22 to 23k DPS, but I had to be on a target that was not moving all over the place and was not like constantly disappearing and reappearing, and then I would have to switch targets and stuff like that in order to replicate those numbers. If there was a lot of movement or a lot of ads or something like that, then the numbers would not be the same. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. So definitely viable, but it feels more niche compared to the Chrono. The Chrono was harder to learn, but felt better to play in almost all circumstances because it did not have the same drawbacks as this one. Additionally, the Chrono had stability on demand and Aegis on demand and stuff like that, making it have a little bit more of that fantastic utility that's very popular in parties. But yeah, I can kind of... It's not that this build died. The reason that no one plays it anymore, I think it's just that there's better options. That's it. So it's like, yeah, they took the Alacrity from 10 man down to 5, and yeah, Chrono can give a lack, and a Mirage can give a lack. They both give a lack. But it's just that Chrono can do everything this guy can do, and in more situations, and also has better utility if they swap out some traits. I think that's how it felt to me. As always, if you think I did anything blatantly wrong, let me know in the comment section down below. I welcome the correction. But yeah, this was just my experience on the class, not a guide. It's just me explaining like how it works and how it felt as a new player trying it out for 2 hours. And yeah, I'm off to the next one. There we go. Woo! All right, one take, chat, one take. Yeah, I will say, truly, that was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like, I was under the impression this was going to be like how Catalyst was, which felt awful. However, it's funny that the best performance I gave on this class was when I was on Bone Skinner, which was the, you know, hardest strike. Just because he never goes invulnerable, and I was able to wail on his hit point bar the whole time. So, that was interesting. But like every other strike, I did not keep up an acceptable level of Alacrity. Starting to lose my voice a bit there at the end. Not as bad as I hope. There's hope for Alac Tempest. I will tell you, I don't anticipate a problem with Alac Tempest. And the reason for that is I've played Heal Alac Tempest, and I did fine on that. And typically, if you go from a healing version of a build to the DPS version, it's easier because it's the same thing but less responsibility. So, it's like... Hold on a second. Do I have, Where's Notepad Plus? Give me a sec. No, don't update right now. Because, like, if you have a healer, so let's say, like, Heal Alac Tempest, you gotta keep up, 25 might, Fury, Regen, Swiftness, Vigor, Protection, Stability on demand, Aegis on demand, heal people, cleanse conditions, revive if cooldown for it are up, DPS. Oh, yeah, CC. Okay, that's what a Heal Alac Tempest is in charge of off the top of my head. DPS Tempest. Oh, I forgot about the Alacrity, too. Alright, DPS Tempest, okay? Alacrity. DPS. Alright. So, I would be going from this to this. It's probably going to feel pretty easy, honestly. CC for DPS? Fair. I'll add that. But it's going to be way less responsibilities. Way less. Wait, what? I had a stream ended screen. Yeah, Noxxi, apparently my connection to Twitch earlier was interrupted. A lot of people said it went down, but YouTube chat said, no, you're still live, so I didn't touch anything, and it came back like 20 seconds later. So I didn't touch anything, but on Twitch it said I went down and restarted. I don't know what happened, but some kind of connection drop. But yeah, Alac, DPS Tempest, again, I'm not anticipating any problems. With Alac Healer, the main thing is truly, it was funny because when I talked to the guy from Snow Crows that likes playing Tempest, he was shocked that when I said this. I said I got bored. And he goes, what do you mean you got bored? Most people say they're overwhelmed by all the buttons. And I was like, yeah, but eventually I learned the buttons. And you spend a lot of time overloading. And Tempest, for example, for those who don't know, they provide Alacrity by using an overload. And the overloads are like, you're just spinning like a top for like 4 or 5 seconds. So it's like, go fire. Go earth. And I felt like I could get up and make a sandwich. Like, there was a lot of time I'm not pressing buttons on the keyboard. Is there a lot of buttons on Tempest? Yeah, absolutely. There's a ton of them. But it was like, there was just such a long period of time where I'm not pressing anything because you're just watching yourself spin. You could argue DPS is a complex responsibility. People don't min-max DPS a lot of the time. No. I mean, I would say like the bare minimum a healer has to do for a group to be successful is much higher than the bare minimum a DPS has to do for that same group to be successful. Because you could beat every boss in the game if everyone in the group's doing like 10k DPS, except a couple of the newest challenge modes. However, if you have people in the group doing 20k, 30, or God help me, 40k, you're going to blitz through the stuff and you're going to like be skipping mechanics. Tempest is definitely the easiest spec of Ellie just because of overloads. Yeah, like I remember when I was making the low intensity guides, one of them that I did was the, what was it? It was basically just like the campfire Tempest. It was basically just set fire. And it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. I cannot remember where this character was parked. This is most unfortunate. I gotta figure it out. Yeah, if you just play Tempest and you just set fire and you never change element, you can hit like 37k. I think it was up here. Is ARC DPS included in Blish? No. If you do exclamation ARC, there is a, or exclamation add-ons. Either one will pull up my guides on how to install ARC if you want it. There is also an add-on manager, which is on that same exclamation add-ons page, that will can install ARC for you if you want it. Probably makes it a lot easier these days. I love how big the burn ticks get on Campfire build. Campfire build, yeah, that's a good name for it. I would say the easiest boon giver, Weaver, I could think of have the easiest rotation, assuming you don't focus on Weave Self. Weaver doesn't provide quickness or alacrity, though, so people don't want it as a boon giver. Weaver's typically just a DPS in PvE. Like, I mean, it might be able to get Fury or Might or something, but... let's see... Was this the Untamed one that I did? Yeah, this was the Untamed. I love how big the burn ticks can get on the Campfire build. Boon Weaver question mark. That's a lot of us are... It's funny you say that. Okay. Break time. Thirsty.
To be, yeah, dancing in the moonlight, gazing at the stars so bright. Get up on the floor, dancing all night long. Get up on the floor, dancing in the break of dawn. Get up on the floor, dancing in the break of dawn. Get up on the floor.
Yeah, there's a few of them. First time watcher, this is great. Oh man, I'm glad you got to see it. Easy compared to rotation, where Tempest gives a boon. Weaver has the easier rotation for Tempest. Oh, okay, okay. You should remake it with the beard. Ah, but then I have to do acting again. No, no, I don't want to re-record it. Time for a copyright claim again using that ad. Oh my god. No, yeah. So that joke only works with that song. And when we were making that video, we hit issue with copyright, even though we were just using a few seconds of the song. So first we like tried to use the song and that was no good. Then we tried to use like a cover of the song and that was no good. And then we tried a remix of a cover of a song and that worked. And we were able to get 10 seconds of that. Is it patch notes day today? I don't know of any patch notes today. Do you guys know of any? I actually have a video to make public, but I was hesitating on doing it because I wasn't sure if there was going to be anything today. New store items? Yeah, I would make a video for just that. Raven Greaves. Can't even see him. A beetle. Abyss Hunter. Belinda's Greatsword. This stuff's been around for a while. Soulfire Lantern. Rit Staff from Guild Wars 1. The Tea Time Focus Skin. Oh, Teapot. Does the Mukluk Labs ad still get claimed on YouTube? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I could maybe test it like at the very end of the stream and find out. Or what might be better, because like, okay, actually I just thought of something. So on our streams, we always cut the, on YouTube, when the stream becomes a video, we always cut the beginning, because the beginning is usually like, 5 to 10 minutes of this. Because I'm setting up the stream, right? So we always cut that off before making it a video so people don't just open it and then there's like 10 minutes of starting soon. So if I do it like at the beginning of the stream, it would get cut off if there's a problem and then there would be no more problems. So maybe I could like test it tomorrow morning, like as I'm starting the stream or something. Just upload the ad as a video of its own and see what happens. I have! It is one. It's, hang on a sec. What did I call that video? I think it was a new Guild Wars 2 resource. Yeah, right here. Introducing the newest resource for Guild Wars 2, 13,000 views. Like, yeah, it is its own video. And it has, it's not been copyright claimed. But all of the recent streams where I played the ad have been. I don't know, some psycho messing around. Only 13,000 need to pick up the slack. Jack, are you half of those? Might be. What ad? Because of the copyright reasons, I won't play it in chat on stream right now, but there's a link to it. Watch the first like 30 seconds of that video. That is the ad. It is an ad I made that is so good that people beg me to play it. Get you some of that. Matt says, I want a Paragon Classic Wars 2. I'm playing OG again a little, and I am remembering how awesome it felt to play the Spear Boys. The Spear Boys. I never played, so I played Guild Wars 1, but the only Guild Wars 1 thing I didn't play was Nightfall, which is when they added the Paragon, so I never experienced that. But the Paragon and I think the Dervish, I never tried out. I see you, Jack. Where's Guild MM to request the ad? You will play it then. Oh gosh. Well, that's because he like comes in and like pays my electric bill, and then he demands I play it, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess we'll edit this out later. I want to play more Guild Wars 1. Noxxi, didn't I see you streaming Guild Wars 1 at some point in the recent past? I feel like you have been. I just started playing this week. I haven't bought any of the expansions yet. Currently level 29 or 30. Nice, nice, nice. Be right back, gonna Muck Jam. Do it. Dervish I love, but they suffered from enchantment hate. I didn't like setting it, like, it got to the point in the game where you needed to set up your, you know, the heroes, like your AI companions. And I was like, dude, I'm playing this game because I just want to play one guy, not a whole party. And so, like, I didn't proceed past that point. I didn't want to set those up. I did a lot of times, but not much reason to play the one. I streamed my Guam process last year. Oh, that was it. That's what I was remembering. You lost me at gluten-free. That's okay. That's because I'm keeping all the gluten. It's all mine. Just slapping the dough. Just get gluten, get gluten, get gluten. Is the copyright claim because of the audio in the ad? No, I don't know. Dude, like, I played the ad, like, all the time in the past. It was just recently. I think it's just someone, like, abusing YouTube. I think that's what it is. So I gotta figure out what's happening. Is a cute cat nearby? I got a GIF of the cute cat. He was doing this, and Noxxi helped me make it into a GIF. But his actual royal self is not in this room. I don't know where he is right now. Not sure where he is. Nice beard. Last time I said that, I was gaslighted into thinking it was a filter by fellow chatter. Now, the beard filter is this one. Hold everything. You could give the gift scritches. I don't... Hold on. I so... Okay, hold on. Yeah, Chip. Good. There we go. He's too big. He's too big. Dude, imagining, like, I let him playfully chomp me. If he was suddenly the size of a lion, like, he would kill me and not even realize he was doing it. Because I've let him get too rough for his size. If his size increased, there would be a problem. Is that a cat? That is a cat. We gave him a green mouse toy covered in catnip the other day, and he was doing this velociraptor kick thing, and we recorded it, and now it's this. Just a weird looking dog. Chip was a Smilodon, yeah. Catnip, what a drug addict. All cats are. All cats are. Alright, let's look at our note sheet. So we just finished testing Mirage. Was there any other notes? Hold on, let's change this to green, because we did this one. Oh, gosh, what? Okay, so it provides Fury, 25 might, Alacrity, Vipers, it's fully ranged. Mobile fights or target swapping feel rough. Your dodge no longer Mewtwo, feels very different after you get used to that. I guess that's it. I guess that's all the notes I have for that one. So what remains is Scourge, Tempest, Druid, Bladesworn, Firebrand, and Berserker. Hey. Oh, thanks. Wife brought me leftovers. Just thinking if there's anything else. So I guess later tonight I can test one of these other ones. Which one should we do tonight? Berserker, Bladesworn, Firebrand? I still don't even know if there's an TPS Druid, or Tempest, or Scourge. Once I finish these last few orange ones, then I'll do the video where I talk about all of them at once. Do one of these at the end. Man, it's crazy, almost no one has to use Diviner anymore. Of these that I've already done. Poll? Oh, I'll do the poll tonight. Ah, that's really hot. We had DiGiorno last night for dinner, and she brought me a leftover slice for lunch. I vote Big Number goes Bladesworn. Bladesworn. Bladesworn's got that big area of effect with their boons. So that's nice. First time in a mug stream after seeing Guild Wars 2 months ago, my addiction to the game is growing at a rapid pace. Hey, Real Shirax, welcome. I glad I helped in some way. I still love Diviner Power Alacrity. For Alacrity, I tested it with Ritualist gear. Gotta go, bye. I'll see you, Bobby. I would say Condi Quick Brand, as it is the boon support that I play. DiGiorno is guaranteed burned roof of mouth. Makes me think of Captain Crunch that just slices up the roof of your mouth. Just stabs you. Yeah, I'm not sure. Hang on. I'm wondering about the Druid thing that we mentioned earlier.
Let's see. Builds, guides. PvE raid. I don't think there is one, but I'm gonna see if I'm wrong. Ranger. All right, here we go. Condi Druid. There is an Alac icon. Really? Really? For a hybrid support DPS that can provide Alacrity, go to Celestial stats. Ritualist or Plague Doctor can also work. Grace of the Land to provide Alacrity, you need Selly gear and must stay in Selly avatar longer to provide enough duration for permanent Alacrity. And how much damage do you lose doing that? This is Snow Crows. Yeah, there is no Condi, there is... The only Alac on this page is the Heal Druid, which is kind of expected. Yeah, I don't really think this is gonna work. We'll see. If it's on one of the build websites, maybe I'll try it. I really want ArenaNet to revamp the profession and Boon, mainly Boons. How would you have them revamp it? Right now, the Boons are something very unique to the game. Like, the Boons have been in the game, I think, since the beginning, but at the beginning, they couldn't be kept up permanently. They were something that were just, like, there sometimes, and not there others. I will say that there's two reasons that we all have to stack in this game. Like, if you're fighting a dragon and everybody's just stacked on one toenail, and one is the healing system. Like, if people want heals, they need to be next to me, you know? And the other is the boon system. So if you want heals or boons, you gotta be in the stack. If they somehow increase the range of both of those dramatically, we would be able to, you know, spread out if we wanted to. But I just don't think they want to do that. Time to remove quickness and Alac. Yo, hot take, I'd be fine with that. I would be completely okay with that. Imagine they activate player collision. I have talked about that before. So in Fractals, there's a thing called social awkwardness, and when it's activated, people can walk into each other and there's collision and they push each other. And I have talked about before that I would love to see that in World v World for a weekend. You know how in World v World they have like no downstate weekends? Make no stack weekends where people push each other. So like if someone makes a bubble, then you could only have like a few people hide in this and everyone else is just outside screaming. I would love to see that so much, but I don't think they're gonna do that. Because in World v World where you've got like 80 people stacked on a dime, it's like, really? I could see that being trolled so hard. Just Spartan push the enemy off the cliff. Oh yeah, just have your squad just run into them and push them. Yeah. We have 2 easy access to boons and maintain 100%. Yeah. There are some that are pretty insane. Like, again, coming from my experience with other MMOs, a skill that would reduce the damage you take by, like, 20% would be an emergency cooldown for the main tank. In this game, we have the Protection Boon, reduces all incoming damage by 33%. And we just have that up all the time. That's wild. So either everything just hits way harder and they balance assuming we always have protection, or protection just trivializes the game. So, like, that's incredible compared to any other MMO I've played. And then quickness itself is crazy, crazy strong too. Like, you know, quickness, just making the actions like 50% faster.
That's more powerful than like Bloodlust and WoW, which had a 10-minute cooldown, and we just keep quickness up 100%. Give all bosses Boon Rip. That'd be funny. I didn't finish the Kata stream. Did you get the hang of it? No. I have nominated Quick Kata among the top 2 worst feeling to play builds I've ever played. Handy Alac Druid? What is this? This was 6 months ago. Let's see. Axe, Dagger, Jacaranda. I mean, he's already got Alacrity from the console, so... You can't really tell the boon uptime from this video. How much damage is he doing? He's doing like 30k right now. But yeah, he's already got all the boons from the console, so it's hard to tell if it's actually working. But that was, this was September of last year. So yeah, I could try it. The weird thing with Druid, though, is like, let's say you go into this mode and you're doing, no, I have to wait on Astro Power. Yay. Hang on. One more tick. Okay, so if you're in this mode and you're like doing this to provide alacrity, you're doing 0 damage. Like your pet will be attacking and your old dots will be ticking, but they'll be wearing off. But like just doing this stuff, like that will do a little. Actually, no, it won't, because you won't have the trait that you will not have the trait that adds conditions to your astral skills. You'll have this trait for alacrity. So while you're in that mode, you're doing almost 0 damage to keep the boon up. If you have it up 100%, then you need to bounce around it, and it might as well just be removed. I mean, I don't know that removing, because I feel like combat would get more boring, right? If you have no one, like, if they have no boons, I feel like combat would get more boring. But I do agree that some of them, like quickness or alacrity, I think have caused more problems than they've solved. What are the 2 worst feeling builds to play in your opinion, besides Catalyst? Oh, Heal, Alac, Spectre, and Quick, DPS, Catalyst were the 2 that felt the most awful to me to play. Heal, Alac, Spectre was the one where you have to target an enemy and target an ally repeatedly, and you sometimes stealth your team, which turns their attacks off. It like sabotages the group a lot. Have you tried Heal Quick Deadeye? I have never heard of Heal Quick Deadeye. No, I haven't. I did DPS Quick Deadeye, and I would say that was the easiest boon support to break 30k on. I think they're in too deep now with Quick and Alac, maybe. What about Heal Quick Herald? Heal Quick Herald, I tried it, and it was fine, and I got the job done, and we cleared the strikes and raids, and then I was just like, I don't really enjoy this much. That does not mean I hated it, I just didn't love it, right? You know, you can not love something and also not hate it either. It's like, Herald was like extremely viable, is very good at what it did, I just did not enjoy the playstyle. Heal, Alac, Spectre, I'm like, do you guys understand everyone else can you do what you do, but for 1/4 of the work? Like, you guys are just wearing weights for no reason. Also, you're turning your allies' attacks off. Stop that. Like, Heal, Alac, Spectre just felt like active sabotage. Like, not only do I not want to play that again, I don't want to group with that again. Like, it just felt like someone sabotaging the party. You know? But Heal Herald is very good at what it does. I just didn't enjoy the energy system of it. Me using stealth gyro and group strikes Windshark, you're part of the problem. Now, to be fair, the DPS Alac Spectre was fine. That was completely fine. Which website is best to look at for a build? Usually I go to Guild Gen first. Here are some examples right here. After that, I usually, if I don't find what I need, I usually go to Snowcrows or Hard Stuck would be my third choice. Also depends on the game mode. Like Snowcrows doesn't have PvP stuff, for example. Mug Depress Warhorn 4 is Heal Druid. Yeah, but it's pretty low on the priority. If you're running Windborn Notes, Warhorn 4 gives a pulse of regen to people around you. So you can have it be involved in keeping regen up. If you're not running Windborn Notes, then it's just vulnerability. Jen and Snowcrows disagree a lot with Condi Quickbrand. I don't know about that, but I would say that even today, when I tried, what did I try just a minute ago? Alacrity Mirage. There was builds on both websites, and they each had slight differences, and I took some information from both. So I think it's okay to have them have difference of opinions, because they're not going to be identical. I will say that when I was trying out Healbrand, even Healbrands couldn't agree on Healbrand. Like I was like, all right, guys, what weapons do I use? And chat's like, mace, axe. Ah! And then it was like civil war broke out between the blue boys in the chat, and I was just like they're even the firebrands can't agree on how to play firebrand. Like there's no like cohesion there. So yeah, there's going to be different stuff on the websites. When's the celebration stream? May 26th, I think is the day. Yeah, May 26th, 2018 was day one of the streak. So May 26th of this year, if we're not interrupted between now and then, we'll have been live for 6 years in a row without missing a day. The best way to play Healbrand is to log off and log on to Chrono. I feel like Firebrands and General disagree with each other. Well, it was just like, there's a few classes that if you ask that class's community how to play it, there's massive disagreement. Firebrand is one. Tempest is another. Because Tempest, one of the trait lines, there's a ton of options, and they're all like in disagreement of how to do it. But then you've got some classes where just all of them are just like, yeah, this is how you play Heal Chrono. This is the way. How is Firebrand pure DPS right now? I don't know, is my honest answer. I'll defer to chat. Can you link your Heal Chrono guide? I don't have a Heal Chrono guide. I recently learned Heal Chrono from Guild Gen and Snowcrows, and I will say I had a lot of fun. I would say that was like, I was shocked at how much fun I had playing that build. The main con is its revive potential is weaker than many other supports. But if you're in a group that doesn't need constant revives, it is amazing. It's pretty good, but it's much more methodical to play than Condi Willbender. Hey, I'm gonna raid. If someone say I'm a power DPS, what is minimum DPS expected from power? Master Router, if someone's Condi or power, I'm gonna tell you, most groups don't care if you're Condi or power. They just care, like, if you're joining as a DPS, the only thing that matters is your DPS, your damage per second. That's it. They don't care if you're doing it with fire or poison or farts. Like, they just care what are you doing? Real talk, most raids in the game, if you are doing
Mukluk comfy.
If your squad, like each member of the squad is doing over 10k, you can kill the boss. It's as long as you do the mechanics. If they're all doing over 20, that's more normal. If they're all doing over 30, you're going to be skipping entire chunks of the fight, which it's entirely possible. You can get up to 40 on some classes right now. So I would say, like, I would say at least 20. Like, when I am in the testing room
and I'm trying out the supports that are sacrificing damage to give buffs to their group, I can get 20k on almost all of them. And those are people that sacrifice damage. So if you're going pure DPS, I would really want to see above 20 from you. Now, again, that's not required to get the job done, but that's what I would like to see. Mahuyo says, I would say Connie Quickbrain is fine, maybe a bit of tweaking with the build because of new things. The main traits are the same. Genlink's using 2 different sets of weapons. Snowcrow's uses pistol focus and pistol. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know anything on that topic. I have not tried a DPS firebrand at all, so I haven't looked at their guides. And even if I did look at them, I couldn't tell you if anything's wrong because I don't main that class. Why not meta battle? Meta battle is fine, but it's like my last choice. Like anyone can upload stuff to meta battle. So there's guides on there that have like no votes at all that have been sitting there for years. And it's just one guy years ago thought this was good, you know? Like it's anyone can upload stuff there. So you really like, if I get a build for meta battle, I always check the comment section and make sure there's a lot of positive comments before I copy it down. What was the first choice? For build sites, I do a lot of collaboration with GW2uesday, so I usually use her website first. Also, I like how she writes rotations. For example, let me hold on a sec. I'm gonna pull up a random guide here. Okay, I like how she does it. I personally find this easier to learn. So use Greatsword 4 before 2, and use Greatsword 5 before 3. And then swap weapons, you know, use sword 2 and then focus 4 and 5 before you use sword 3. You know, she writes it like that. Whereas Snowcrows might be like, use Germinate, Burgeon, Cultivate, ×3, Flourish, Oaken Cudgel, Hunter's Call, Call of the Wild, and then I have to be like, stop, and I have to look up every one of those moves because just the way they write it. So I like learning from like this writing more. But I do almost always pull up both sites side by side to look for differences. Because sometimes one might be like, oh, this relic is better, and I try both, and the other one of them's right. Or one of them's like there's a disagreement on a sigil, or there's a disagreement on a single trait, and then I'll try it with that trait and without that trait, and I'll just pick the one I think is best. But yeah, the one I start with is usually GW2uesday. Meta battle is Guild Wars 2 Wikipedia? No, I think the Guild Wars 2 wiki is the Guild Wars 2 wiki. Catching up on the 2 chats right now. I actually haven't tried a pistol anything Guardian since the beta where you could try the pistol out for the first time. Is there a site with builds more focused on World v World? Oh, it's something Miss. Chat, what's the World v World site? I haven't been in World v World in months. Guild Wars 2 Miss, that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, GW2 has some builds for all game modes, but I think GW2 Miss is focused entirely on World v World. Yeah, I actually have not. They've changed this site dramatically since I was last here. Not been here in a long time. Let's see. Builds, featured builds. Yeah, right here. Whole bunch of them. But I haven't actually tried these, so I can't give you any testimonials on that. Did you try Pathfinder Kingmaker on unfair difficulty? No, Pathfinder Kingmaker is like
There's normal, and then challenging, and then hard, and then unfair. And I was playing it on challenging, and in like the early game, I died like 8 times and had to reload. And on challenging, this is gonna sound crazy, I couldn't find the newbie zone. Like, it plops you on the world map, and I went in a direction and ran into like a level 10 troll, and it like one-shot my party. And I reloaded and went in a different direction and ran into a manticore. Reloaded, ran into another direction, and ran into a dryad that spammed call lightning on us. We were level 2, we all died instantly. Then I reloaded, ran into a 4th different direction, and ran into a swarm. And swarms are immune to weapons. You have to kill them with like fireball or grenades or something, and I didn't have any. So then I died to that. So then I reloaded and went somewhere else. So I was like, where's the newbie area? So I was struggling. In Kingmaker, the newbie zone is mostly the main quest ones. Well, yeah, but you gotta find them. But I'm doing fine now. At this point in my run, I'm still on challenging, and my team is mostly level 5, so we're doing much better now. It's like we're on our feet. I have a question that's a bit off topic. What do you use to stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time? Hang on, I'll find it. Give me a minute. All right. I can't immediately find it. I will do my best to show you here. One sec. This is my streaming software. There is a plugin that you can get for OBS that goes right here on the left-hand side. So right here, I hit this button and I start streaming to Twitch. And then when I hit this button, it then copies the stream over to YouTube. Now it does use double the bandwidth, because basically my computer is running Guild Wars 2, streaming the Guild Wars 2 to Twitch, and streaming the Guild Wars 2 to YouTube. So whatever program I run, it's almost 3 times more intensive like this. But I don't have to pay for like a restream service. There are websites like restream.io where you just stream to them and then they stream to all the websites you want to stream to. So you pay them every month, but then you use their bandwidth instead of yours. That is also an option. This plugin, let me see, OBS plugin to multi-stream. If you Google, I'm not sure if there's more than one, but if you Google OBS plugin to multi-stream, you'll probably find it. There's a bunch of videos that come up, but that's essentially how I do it. So I'm just sacrificing some of my bandwidth, and I'm on fiber, so I can do that. If I didn't have a good internet connection, I would have to use something like Restream, which would mean paying them like for a monthly fee. Don't you prefer Devil Mace for Druid? Not on support. Warhorn 5 does Fury, Regen, Swiftness, Might, and CC, and it's a blast combo. Warhorn 5 is huge for keeping boons up on your team. Offhand Mace is just bonk, bonk, bonk. And the 4 is a self-survival skill. Not really something that your healer needs. Is it a paid plugin? No, the OBS plugin that I mentioned is free. That's why I was using it at first, because I'm a cheapskate. Have you heard of Marcel on YouTube? He does beginner-friendly PvE strikes and raid builds. No, I'm not familiar with Marcel. I played twice Kingmaker, and I'm now on my second Wrath of the Righteous run, and now I'm learning how alchemists work. I just had the Gnome Alchemist join my team in Pathfinder Kingmaker during our last session. I think the Goblin is the only guy I still need to find.
and get him to join, and then I'll have all of the people joining the squad. Have you ever heard of Monk on YouTube? He's alright. He's alright. Apparently his YouTube connection is better than his Twitch connection, since the Twitch stream dropped earlier. What the heck was that? Almost done. The green screen is hiding my pizza. It's not a green pizza. I don't know why it's doing that. But yeah, the plugin for OBS is free. But if you use the Restream service, then that you have to pay them for the service. I like their introductions more a couple years ago, that long name. Mugla Douglas, Bartholomew, Reginald Esquire the Fourth, this is John Van Stumples the Third. Yeah, we still got it. We dusted off when necessary. You know, yesterday, I was playing Fallout New Vegas during the morning stream. And we found this log of this guy. And he was running a brothel. And he started making money. And as he made money, he kept changing his own name. And at first he was like, you know, Mayor Doug. And then he was like Mayor Douglas. And then he was like Mayor Douglas Esquire. And then he was Mayor Douglas Esquire the Third. And I was like, wow, this hits really close to home. And it was like, as you're reading his diary, he got like more and more pompous. And more of a jerk. And then he ended up getting killed at the end. But I was just seeing him, like, he kept upgrading his name, and I was like, yeah, I remember doing this. Glowstone because of the name? Yes. Errol. Or Asen. I called you Errol. Is that a compliment or an insult? I got Pathfinder Kingmaker Enchanted Plus Edition on Epic for free. I don't know when, but I never played it. I like it. I'm a fan of the Pathfinder system. Like, among the D20 systems in games, Pathfinder is one of my favorite. He called himself a Super Mayor? Yeah, the last entry before he died, he said Super Mayor. That's Mike. Alright. Have you heard in the revised PF2E it will be cross-compatible with Starfinder? Loop Guru, I don't understand most of the words you said in that sentence. I'm sorry. Reminds me of the guy in Guild Wars 2 Trapped in the Well. Trapped in the well? Let's play out time. Wait. Dude, my Blish shot's not working out. What is going on? I swear I've run Blish like 3 times today. Alright, hang on. I might have to, like, task manager it. Hold on. That Bing was me trying to get Blish to work again. He's slacking. One sec. Where are you at, Blish? Yeah, he's got a task running. Alright, end task. We're gonna shut Blish off and back on again. We're gonna shut him down and shut him back up. There. Alright. It's working. Much better. Alright. Zashi, thank you for the raid. Appreciate that. Welcome. I got jump scared by that inventory. Here you go, Star. Is that better? I paid for 448 slots. I'm gonna use 448 slots. They're releasing a new version of Pathfinder that will be cross-compatible with the sci-fi version, which is called Starfinder. I've literally never heard of Starfinder before now. I didn't know there was a sci-fi version. System Pathfinder 1 edition was bad in the beginning, that became okay-ish. Second edition is so much better. Okay. People judge my inventory too. They're bullies. You know what? There was... Hold on, I can show this. Give me a second to find it. There was one of the other ANET partners, Chicken Nooble, was like complaining that he couldn't get any like spirit shards, and he was like, "Man, I'm just having all this trouble trying to get spirit shards. I'm even getting spirit shards from the Wizard's Vault. I'm so desperate. Can anyone help me?"
And my contribution to helping with this issue was I spent 10 minutes making this picture and then sent him this. The 30,000 isn't even me. I've got like 10,000. I got the 30,000 picture from somebody else. That was my contribution to helping the guy out. I stayed up late last night doing that. Was it Heisen? No, it was Chicken Nooble. Oh no, the 30,000 was a different ADAP partner. No, it was somebody else. Helping! Oh, the claw. The claw! People never want to hear PvP World War give you infinite spirit shards. Well, I mean, I've done 5,000 games of PvP. Like, not recently, but I've done a lot. So, I do have quite a lot of that. I'm gonna do quick untamed on this event. Why have 400 inventory space have it empty? Who rents a warehouse? Keep it empty. Exactly. You get it. Chrome untamed because of the Juggernaut. Look at the Untamed spin, yeah. Untamed was fun. Quick Untamed was something I had never played before doing the recent, like, experiments and stuff. It was fun. Definitely doesn't have the utility of, like, a Guardian or a Chrono, but it has one really weird utility. Res whole group. 2-minute cooldown. You have a very, very powerful let's try that again button. And when I say whole group, I mean that is a 10-man res because of this, because of the, where is it? Nature's Vengeance trait, because this duplicates it. So it does a 5-man res, and then a second later it does another 5-man res. No, blah. We broke the wall, what the heck? Let's see if I can wait until Lick Wounds comes up. Oh, someone's gonna help me. Thank you. $31k DPS on Jormag. Well, not in a group, by the way. Swap back to the hammer. Ooh, am I gonna be able to reach him? We'll see if I'm able to reach him. Because this build's all melee. They're opening a Cryptus Rift on top of Jormag. No! No, don't do it! Chat, we're about to have company. I'm using the eye thing. Okay, we got it. Hi, Muck. I platonically love you. And I platonically love you too, random citizen. Yo, I can't reach Jormeg. He's too tall. I have a problem. My arms are too short. I thought Muck played in NA. I swam over. I can't reach him. I should have played Druid for this fight. I can't reach him. My tiny T-Rex arms. I am now a revive bot. Blah. This is so weird. Why can't I hit his hands? I'm using my big AoE res. I'm just standing there, menacingly. You short, yes. I couldn't even reach his fingers. Did you guys see that? Why am I gold? Okay, no, wait, no, now I'm chrome again. I don't know why I was golden there for a minute. By dying to Jormag so many times, I've unlocked a new skin. Woo! Jumping up and down, asking Jormag for uppies. Uppies. New meta incoming, opening the rift above Jormag. I'm torn between making a heal Firebrand or Condi Vert. I'm only a one-year player, which is easier and more fun. I'd say Condi Vert is easier. You had the pumpkin thingy from a Rev? Oh, okay. Hit the banner. Alright. What else we got? Let's see, I got about 20 minutes. We'll see if anyone's doing Etherblade right now. I like Etherblade, but we'll see if anyone's doing it at the moment. What's the font that announces different zones? In Blishhud overlay, there's a module you can flip on called Regions of Tyria, and it does that fancy loading screen. Exclamation mark Blish if you would like a guide on installing it. There is a squad here. Try joining that squad. Look, you're so rich you're using the waypoints like Taylor Swift uses her plane. Except I'm polluting the world a lot less. If memes have taught me anything, it's that Taylor Swift uses a plane just to go downstairs to the kitchen. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I learned. She uses a smaller plane to get to from the front to the back of her bigger plane. My wife loves Taylor Swift. She would hate this conversation. Oh my god. This NPC hurts. I'll say I am enjoying playing this. The let's see. Hold on. I'm actually thinking right now because when I finished playing all the heal supports, I did a tier list on my enjoyment of them. If I were to do the tier list right now of my enjoyment of all the different DPS supports, I'm trying to think of what would be the highest. Heal or DPS quick scrapper. Definitely up there. I loved that because, dude, it did fair damage. It gave itself barrier constantly, so it felt sturdy. It had function gyro to save lives. That was fun. That felt good. This definitely felt fun. Unga Bunga Quick Untamed with a full raid res in the back pocket felt good to play. I liked that. What else did I do? Willbender, no. Revenant, I'm not a fan of the energy system, but they were fine. Deadeye, like, I'm not a thief enjoyer, but Deadeye was really easy to pick up, provide 100% quickness, and do 30,000 damage per second. It was super easy. Spectre was fine. Wasn't great, it was fine. Mechanist, I tested with sword pistol. Probably would have had more fun with either hammer or rifle. Catalyst, never again, God help me. Chrono, heal Chrono felt better than DPS Chrono. Harbinger felt pretty good. Harbinger might be third best for how, wow. I just got hit by a cannon. I'm just gonna use my Jade bot. Harbinger probably felt third best. What is that? Yo, Chip is over here. What are you doing, Chip? Emergency pet swap to save Chip. Chip over here fighting all these scrappers like this. Yes, we named the tiger Chip. Oh, it's time. AoE res. Untamed power, go! Oh, boom! All of y'all get up. I can't do that again for 2 minutes. I need to get a drink of water and sit under a fan. Please do not die again. They died again. Dang it! I had one request! Not at the very, nope. Your request was nicely ignored. It was. Why do you think after testing out the DPS, you'll start testing ones you like more often? Maybe. Maybe, maybe. Like, looking at the remaining ones I haven't played yet, I think I'm going to like Scourge because I like Heal Scourge. I think Tempest is going to be easy to play, but I'm not going to love it. I don't think DPS Alacrity Druid is going to feel very good just because it's not designed to work.
Firebrand, I don't think I'm going to love because I didn't love playing Healbrand. Berserker, I think, is going to be very high APM. And Bladestorn, I think, is going to be fine. I mean, you hit the Dragon Slash button. That's basically it. Get your finance back here. Where's he going? This guy. This guy. Got him. I love the Untamed Healing skill. You know, I didn't like it at first, but it's grown on me. For those who don't know, the Untamed Healing skill, you click it, and it doesn't heal you. But for 3 seconds, you cannot die. Then, afterward, you're healed for half of your missing health. So it cannot heal you to full. But you get 3 seconds of immortality, and then you get a chunk of your health back. So there was one time during my testing, we were on Deimos, and we couldn't get to the safety bubble because of a bad oil, and the whole group was about to get hit by the wave that would kill us, and I used that, survived the one-hit KO, and then used Spirit of Nature and revived the raid. And I was like, ah, like it felt so good. Now, we didn't kill him on that attempt, sadly, but it wasn't because of that. You can use it to survive one-hit KO moves. NG's AED, but worse, I guess. I would say it has pros and cons, because AED saves your life one time in a 3-second period, right? This is, you cannot die for 3 seconds. But then AED after also cures you of, like, conditions and stuff. So AED basically blocks a death, it gives you a big heal after, and then it will cure some conditions on you. This is just, you cannot take any incoming damage for 3 seconds. So Condi's on you, stop ticking, and attacks on you, stop hurting. And then when it runs out, you get that. Also, it also gives, if your pet is the one unleashed when you use it, it gives you stability. I constantly forget about that. Fun thing about AED I love is the graphic of it. A lot of people don't know it has an animation. Like when you activate AED, you get this like big defibrillator on both of your arms, and then when you die, it shocks you and it gets you back up. But it's like if you're playing engineer, like equip AED, activate it, and zoom in on your character, you've got like these giant cuffs on your arms when you activate it. Check your stream and I was reminded I can run an EOD meta train. Yeah!
It's a mix of a block and a budget AED on Willbender. Yeah. I think if Sea Gloves hide the AED, is pretty big on Asura engineers. Someone in my party in this thing just said, "Wait, Muck, I just saw a YouTube video of yours," and I said, "Well, I hope it was helpful, or this will be really awkward." He's like, "I hated it." Ah! Hi, you're streaming on YouTube, but I don't know if you're reading comments on it. I am trying to read comments on both, but I apologize if I missed something. I wanted to ask what your thoughts were on Ventari healing for high-end PvE content. Ventari healing. Okay, so usually if you're going to be a healer, you also provide either quickness or alacrity to your group. So that means you could be a a renegade healer that involves Ventari somehow, or you could be a herald healer that involves Ventari somehow. I think that herald, Glint Ventari feels pretty good. I think that one is pretty good. Doing my best to do big unga bunga damage, chat, while giving quickness to anyone around me. I'll do you proud, untamed mains. I don't think we need to mess with the Shredder Gyro. One bulwark down. Using the Daze Spirit to do some CC. We're pretty high up on that damage meter for Boon DPS right now, friends.
GG! Nice. We ended that world boss at... Where's the thing? Update. Update. 6th place, 19.8k DPS while keeping up quickness on the party. Well, it was just one huge mega group, but quickness on as many people as I could. Pretty fun. Doesn't this build do a lot of lifesteal too? Or is it the ambush? Yeah, the ambush does life siphons. So it does have some self-healing. So I was gonna say, like, the survivability of this is certainly not the same as, like, Scrapper that constantly is giving themselves barrier, but it's certainly not nothing either. Nice. It's a good group. Let's see. It's about 2 p.m. Probably should chill that. What's your thoughts on Ventari healing versus other? Oh, that was a question I answered a little bit ago. But yeah, Herald, Glint with Ventari feels pretty solid if you enjoyed the playstyle. I personally am not a fan of the playstyle, but I recognize that it's really good. It's just not for me. Like grouping with them feels great if they know how to play it. Heralds are like kind of like a Swiss Army knife. Like, they have so many different utilities for different situations. Like, they're great to have if you got one that's knowledgeable. Faux show. I wonder with this build, if I were to swap out a trait, like let's say I was doing Slothosaur and it was my job to bring Protect Me to stun break my party, or, you know, something. I wonder what you would drop. Like, do you get rid of the Frost Trap, or the Signet of the Wild, or the Storm Spirit if you need to take something off your bar? I am not sure. You don't even need to take Ventari to heal as a Herald, so you have 2 situational legends at your pick. Nathan says I would think the Frost Trap. Effie says Frost Trap also. Okay. It'd be good to know, like, for situational stuff, like what do I put away? Yeah. Enjoying the DPS Scrapper and DPS... I think DPS Scrapper... what was it? Quick Scrapper, Quick Untamed, and the Quick Harbinger, I think have been the ones that have been, like, felt the best to play so far. Although it's funny, the Scrapper's barriering themselves, the Untamed is giving themselves healing, and the Harbinger's lowering their own max hit points. So the Harbinger's sabotaging their survivability. Oh, you gotta be good with your dodges on Harbinger, because you, like, reduce your own max health by, like, 10k. Thoughts on Power Willbender? What did I write down for Power Willbender? You Berserker gear, concentration, you're almost entirely melee, very high APM. If you can't melee something, you're not able to do much, and the F2 feels awful. That's right, the F2 will dash you forward even if you're at the boss, and you have to use the F2 to keep Alacrity up. So you constantly, like, blitz through the boss and then have to leap back to the boss, which feels really awkward, but that's just how it works. Yeah, it is melee through and through. There's little you can do at range on that character, at least with the build that I learned. Do you have a video on your thoughts on each class and their performance and their roles? Would love to hear a brief overview of people picking class for the first time. The new player guide that I did has a section where I talk about each class, but in only the most general of sense. And it's also like a comedy, like, you know, I'm just trying to make people laugh at the same time. So that, you might like that. I will say it doesn't go into the, like, the nitty-gritty details or anything, because those are constantly changing. For example, just a few, like, months ago, DPS Druid did not exist in the game. But then they changed these three, what is it? They changed these traits, and then DPS Druid became, like, it came into existence. So those little details changed on a constant basis. What hub is this? Mistlock Sanctuary, my favorite town in the game. It is a town
that you can use your glider to fly in, and it's floating in space. And technically, on the world map, it is above the world. So you're way on up here. But exclamation mark Mistlock will do a guide on this place if you're interested in that. But everything you need in a town is basically right here. It's just super compact, so you don't have to walk far, so it's my favorite town. Hey, Chip. What's up? You know, I think he knows that I'm about to get off work, chat, and he came in here 4 hours late for his job. Hey. What was that? You know, I just ate that slice of pizza. Maybe he smells the pizza. What's up, dude? How's your morning, man? The top half laid down, then the bottom half laid down. I can barely reach you now. Okay, he has flopped. How old is he? 5? I'm pretty sure he's 5. Because I think we got him when I had been streaming less than a year. And we're coming up on 6 years streaming. Where's the drugged mouse? the catnip mouse? It's in the other room. He's probably gotten the bulk of it. It's in the other room. It's been murdered quite adequately. Do you think they should change the way Tempest provides alacrity? It feels bad most of the time. I mean, here's the thing. If I was in charge of the game, I would tweak quite a few things. Do I think that they should change Tempest alacrity? In my own personal enjoyment of Tempest, yeah, I probably would. I think attaching the alacrity to Overload was kind of boring, and it forces you to go into elements you don't want to go into just to reach more overloads. And Overload itself, I think, like, as a mechanic, it's fine, but as a spam mechanic, it gets old fast, because you spend a lot of time just watching your character do a long cast bar. And then that's like fishing. That's like time spent not playing the game. So I think that gets dull pretty quick. But yeah, if I were God of Guild Wars 2, I would put it somewhere else on Tempest probably. Just like on Druid, I would move it off of Astral form. Or have it pulse way harder in Astral so that you don't have to go back into it as often at the very least. If I was in control of Guild Wars development, I'd bring back second prof for Guild Wars 3, as well as various mounts of World v. World, if not bring them to Edge of the Mist. What, have like siege turtles in World v. World or something? Maybe give them like limited ammunition or something, and have them like help with like wall sieges or something. Muck, say for a while I'm grinding rifts and I don't want to go insane. I'll tell you what I will do, it's not much, but it's honest work, is I do have another video that I haven't made public yet, and I'll make it public right now. This is me trying Quick DPS Herald and all my thoughts on it from last week. I'm gonna link this in the chats, and if any of you want to see a video that just went live this very second, there it is. And with that, chat, it is time. I do need to step away. Got to do some family stuff. Got to hang out with them, do my chores, all that stuff, so that I can come back and play tonight. Thank you guys for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out. A couple plugs on the way out. If you're new to my channel, my name is Mukluk. I stream every single evening and every weekday morning. I'll be back in about 5 hours for the Guild Wars Tuesday stream on the evening stream. I'll be back on the NA servers, and I'll be doing giveaways. And don't worry, you people still can participate in the giveaways. And then probably some Pathfinder after that if you like D20 stuff. Hit the follow button if you're here on Twitch, or like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. They really do help us out. And a special thank you to the YouTube viewers. There's 2 channels, if you don't know. There are links to both of those in the chat. And like I said, I just linked a brand new video that just came out. And a special thank you to the patrons who keep this channel alive and keep chip fed. I could not do this without them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So with that, thank you for listening to my spiel. I'm going to see if I can find someone to raid. Is the sister online? Let me see if Laura's up. Oh no, hey, she's late. Oh my god, I'm so shocked. I'm so shocked. I cannot imagine. What a surprise this is, that she's not on time for her stream that should have been started like an hour ago. Oh, wow. What a twist. It's like M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong in here. Alright. Let's see who else. Let's see if anyone else is like. Who can we support? Let's see. Alright, Guild MM. Don't tell him he was the second choice. I'll drop a raid on our wonderful, wonderful Rich Baron, Guild MM. One of the richest people in Guild Wars 2. He has all the answers if you want to ask him how to make gold. And I'll see you guys on the other side. And I will be back in about 5 hours. Hello. Hi. I'll be back in about 5 hours for the evening stream. Hopefully with this guy. I'll see you then.
The new character we just got to know